Hey,
Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge. I'm Alex. The interrupting asshole is Addy. There's also a...
how long has this freaking guy been going?
I don't know.
It has to be like 50 episodes for now.
I can't keep track of these fucking episodes. I couldn't tell them apart to you. They all pretty much blur together for me. Pink's here as well.
Hey.
And soon.
Hey.
We've got a topic this week, shockingly enough.
Oh, do we?
On this
We
great
haven't had
episode...
one of those
on
in
this-
ages.
On this great episode 113, we are blessed with a topic. So, Marvel, they finally showed some of the Disney Plus shows, just bits of them, with the Super Bowl. It's important every year, this football thing. I don't get it, but it's important.
Ah, yes,
It's
the
American
Super Bowl.
culture, and it's very
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I heard about the Super Bowl. They were doing it they did it like before and after the Shakira and J-Lo concert.
Yeah, and when they shook their asses.
Yeah.
I saw a
Why
person...
was there? Why was there a Shakira and J-Lo concert in current year?
Well, I saw someone posted a gif of them shaking their asses at the Super Bowl together, and they just titled the gif, Shakira is 43 and J-Lo is 50.
Yeah.
I hate Jennifer Lopez. She has got to be like one of my top most hated celebrities. I can't fucking stand her.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez is the female Will Smith.
I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl halftime show, but J-Lo's performance was so sexualized that it was actually super creepy.
That's her persona.
I was so creeped out watching her performance. Shakira's was actually really good.
Jennifer Lopez's asshole. Freaking
Her
persona. Yeah, I don't know
J-Lo-
why.
J-Lo
I don't know why
literally-
it came out like that.
Well, we probably did see it at some point, yes.
J-Lo literally had a stripper pole. She was doing stripper pole routines during the halftime
Yeah,
show.
I heard about that.
J-Lo's persona is the burping nurses from Silent Hill 4.
It took only a week for Addy to internalize that and turn it into a reference that Pink and Soon won't get.
Yep, this is the entire.
I just showed him the fucking Silent Hill 4 nurses a week ago.
Can you get him to reference stuff that we actually understand?
No! Nobody on this fucking podcast has any interests alike. No one. Pink fucking
I have
likes
plenty
comic...
of interest with Pink.
Yes, you and I, we all share a few interests with each other, but there are no universal ones. Because, Pink doesn't give a shit about Japanese video games. It's...
Neither do I.
Well, you like Persona.
Well, yeah.
Addy couldn't give a shit less about strategy games or most, Western AAA games.
Neither could any of you, besides... Oh, wait, Civ. But Civ is, different.
I play Total War.
Oh, yeah, but Total War is different.
I've played the Paradox games a ton, I just don't fucking like them.
Fucking messed that up.
And Pink doesn't even really like video games to begin with. He just likes comic books, and sometimes video games get involved. Both Addy and Pink don't like... Addy and Pink both don't like movies.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Addy's watched a serious dramatic TV show in the last 10 years.
Definitely not. I honestly think the freaking last TV show I watched was freaking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Back in Time. So,
Gosh.
Neither,
serious dramatic TV.
neither Pink nor Soon care about fighting games.
Nope.
I guarantee neither Pink nor Soon fucking care about Muso games.
Nope.
I don't even know what that
Yeah,
means.
I was about to say, neither
Yeah,
of
I
you
don't
even know what
that
Muso games
means.
are. You do
I
know
mean-
what Muso games are, you just don't know you know.
I mean, the Muso name is a bit misleading because Muso is only the Koei Tecmo games, technically speaking.
It's
The genre is more,
it's
yeah.
Dynasty Warriors. It's Dynasty Warriors. Muso games are
Oh,
Dynasty Warriors
okay.
and all their ripoffs.
Okay. Good to know.
Like at Pink and I both like Smash Brothers, but Addy and Soon, you don't give a shit about Smash Brothers.
Nope.
I'd give it a chance if I had the
Yeah, I
platform
would
for
give
it,
it a
but
chance. I would give it a chance too if I had a Nintendo Switch. If I wasn't a broke college student who couldn't afford to buy a video game console that I'm only going to use for like 2 games.
Yeah. What's that they call that? Like, there's a term for that. Like, I'm the one who has the most interests here, and that, like, but other than that, you're all divided on so many things. Okay. Fuck, okay, Marvel Disney Plus, which Addy doesn't have any interest in, so fuck. Loki, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, and shit, what's the fourth one?
There's
Thor:
no-
Loving Thunder.
Oh, that one didn't even show up.
No, Thor Love and Thunder is a movie.
Oh right,
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah. That's right. There's no fourth one.
Marvel, What
Serious.
If, or whatever the hell.
Oh, that one's an animated cartoon. That doesn't count.
There's a fourth live action one featuring a character from the movies. I am certain of this.
No, I don't think there is. At least, the very least, they didn't show it during the previews.
No, I don't think they did. But yes, anyways, we did get to see little bits of Scarlet Witch, Falcon, and Loki.
One scene from Loki.
One scene from Loki, yes. I will say that there's a disagreement Soon and I have about Loki. That little bit we get to see, it looks like Loki's from fairly recent times. Soon believes that Loki can only be an interesting TV series if he's going far back in history. Because the entire idea is that he's fucking around in history, right?
Right.
I believe that it would only be an interesting series if Loki's staying recent in history.
I believe both can work.
Yeah. I mean, we've definitely seen both can work with the Pink. You know the DC show I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yep.
Right, but wasn't the first season of Legends of Tomorrow garbage?
They're all garbage in their fun on their way.
Yeah, they're all garbage in a fun way.
Right, that stupid little bird bunny thing that Pink showed that one time. Oh, man. I think Loki would fit really well into the Cold War more than any other time period. That's my take on things. All that espionage, him being the god of trickery and everything, it just works.
Right.
Yeah.
Falcon, we got to see enough to know that there's going to be, like, problems of the government not wanting him to be Cap. And this is something that Soon you had a guess that this might lead to a certain storyline.
Yep. I think it'll lead to Hydra.
Yeah, I was about to say, you left that unfinished. Hydra Cap.
Mhm.
Boy. But we don't have that. We don't have a Deadpool TV show so that they can ruin for this.
That's true. They can't ruin Deadpool or Punisher or Thor with this. And well, here's my thing. I don't think they'll bring back Chris Evans for Hydra Cap.
Of
No,
course not.
No, I think you misunderstood me. I don't mean that they're going to like have Chris Evans as Hydra Cap. What I think they're going to do is I think they're going to have Hydra take over the mantle of Captain America.
I think that they could Well, my guess is that it's U.S. Agent instead, which I don't know that.
Well, yeah, that's
But
another possibility. I just feel like it makes more sense for them to do Hydra. One, because it's a recent comic book story, and they're finally getting into recent comic book stories. And
I hope they stay far away from recent comic book stories.
yeah, and two, because well, the other thing is that they would want to like attack the government because, well, no, the show. Actually, that is a good idea. That is, they would want to attack the government while Trump is in office and up for re-election. So
Yeah,
maybe you're right. But yeah,
at
I
the
would
same time, this
definitely
stuff
see.
is at the same time this stuff's supposed to be popular in China, and China definitely does not want any shows that are about rocking the boat. So,
Oh yeah, that's true, especially right now.
I'm what I want to ask is like, I don't know anything about the U.S. Agent storyline. I assume Soon doesn't know either.
No,
So, Pink, assuming you know more about the U.S. Agent storyline, could that reasonably be combined with the Hydra Cap storyline?
In a way, because John Walker, the U.S. agent, was initially, uh, back when Captain America gave up the mantle of Captain America and became Nomad, U.S. agent became his replacement, the government-sponsored Captain America. So, yeah, those two stories could definitely blend well together, and I also think that's kind of the direction they're gonna go with it.
Was U.S. Agent ever, like, directly evil, or was he just anti-heroic?
I think for a brief time, probably when he first was created, he was more so the antagonist, but I think they were pretty quick to kind of make him like a gray area type of character. Because yeah, outside of his first initial couple appearances, I think it's all been just more of the antagonistic other side of Captain America.
Yeah, is it strange I associate U.S. Agent with the 90s, even though that Nomad storyline would have definitely been in the 70s?
Yeah, that was probably mid late 70s, I want to say.
U.S. Agent just strikes me as the 90s take on Cap. He's edgier and he wears a black costume.
Right. uh Ironically, I want to say in the 90s, that's when they swapped US Agent to a different outfit that was like uh he was an A-Force, so it was that ugly white and blue one, and I think he had like a plasma shield or something.
Oh god, fuck the plasma shield.
Yep.
You know what? At least it's on a loser like U.S. Agent instead of Cap.
I love US Agent.
I've never actually read anything of him, so in my head, he's just discount Cap. There's a lot of discount Caps to go around. They'll never be worse than DC's version of discount Cap. The fuck was that guy's name? Protector or something?
Guardian.
Yeah. He was in the beginning of not Injustice, Young Justice for some reason. And we've also got Scarlet Witch, or Scarlet Witch Vision, or WandaVision. WandaVision, yes.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
That's a weird name.
It actually makes sense now that it's about now that we know it's about a sitcom thing.
Well, we kind of knew that from the beginning.
I wasn't paying attention to the news, so I didn't know.
I will say, it cracks me up. They have used the Scarlet Witch name so little that they figure they can just use Wanda and people will get it.
Yep.
Admittedly, it is kind of awkward to refer to your teammate and friend as Scarlet Witch, so...
Right.
But, yeah, that is definitely the series that Soon was most interested in.
Yeah.
The idea
Reason.
behind... What, Soon?
For good reason.
Yeah, it definitely is the most different. Because Falcon we can see sticking to typical MCU lines. It'll be,
Yeah.
Falcon and Bucky need to beat Zemo and the U.S. government and whatever, and then at the end of the series, Falcon becomes Cap. Blah, 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 the whole thing. But WandaVision, it seems like it could be really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm apprehensive about the idea of that storyline going in weird directions simply because I doubt the MCU would do it. They've kind of got it down to formula now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's guaranteed there'll be some formula still present there. At some point, they will introduce a villain who is either fucking with Wanda's head or warping reality. And I bet Scarlet Witch will have to kill that person, and in the process, Vision will die somehow.
Again.
Vision's already dead.
Well, if he's brought back, then he's gonna fucking die again.
Vision's basic primary purpose in life is just to die. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's dying every other month.
Vision is like Jean Grey. The character's main purpose is to get fucking killed. And it's for the same reasons, too, because Vision, when you think about it, is way too strong.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Martian Manhunter without the weaknesses, and Martian Manhunter without the weaknesses is OP as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gotta go. They gotta get him out.
What do you mean Superman facing two walls is too OP?
Oh, I feel like it's even worse than that, because doesn't Vision have psychic powers?
I don't recall.
At that point, I might just be getting it confused with Martian Manhunter.
I think Martian Manhunter does have psychic powers.
I know Martian Manhunter does.
Yeah. Vision, I don't think he has psychic powers now.
I wouldn't imagine so, because he is an android.
Didn't he have... Okay, I was about to make a stupid movie statement.
Maybe Johanna does.
I do want to mention, at least in the movies, I don't know about the comics, but in the movies, he did have the Mind Stone in his forehead for a century.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, WandaVision, well, for one thing, I think all three of us noticed for a split second Wanda's actually wearing the classic comic outfit.
Yeah, seemingly for a Halloween costume party.
Ah. Yeah, it looks stupid as hell.
It looks like one of the
that's
cheap,
why it
quote
looks
unquote.
so cheap.
Yeah.
Because it's for a Halloween costume party.
Even if it wasn't cheap, honestly, I don't think they could make that outfit look good.
Yeah, it is.
I think you're wrong.
The crown,
Yeah.
the crown is just so derpy when it's like big and stands out. Like maybe the smaller, more subtle crowns, but the big ones, like don't even talk about the original Scarlet Witch crown.
The original box.
The fucking Jack Kirby one where she's got like this weird under chin bullshit. Like every time she looks down, it hits her in the fucking neck. And it soon, meanwhile, looks up the classic Scarlet Witch design.
It's gotta be hell on your peripheral vision.
She had to use a lot of cardboard for that one. Why Magneto let his daughter out of the house in that one, I don't know. Hey, you'd think the parental instinct would kick in and say, honey, no, you're going to embarrass yourself dressed like that.
It's ruined her. Go ahead, sorry.
Unless Magneto's doing that parental thing where you're intentionally letting a kid do something embarrassing so you can mock them 10 years later for it. Scarlet Witch... Scarlet Witch brings home Vision, and Magneto's just like, hey, want to see pictures of my daughter's first superhero outfit? And Scarlet Witch and Vision are just sitting there awkwardly as Magneto shows terrible pictures.
I definitely think that they could have pulled the costume off. I mean, cosplayers have managed to do it. Like, timestamp.
I mean, hang on, alright, shoot. Oh, well, yeah, that's a cosplay right there. I don't know what I expected.
I mean, that's for, like, doing what you can with it, that's probably up there as like what they could do with the movies.
That looks badass. I don't see what your problem
Yeah.
is.
No, I don't. The crown's not the problem there.
Well, what is the problem, buddy boy?
Everything below the neck, Chief. I forgot Scarlet Witch moonlighted as a stripper.
All of the comic book heroines do.
Yeah, I don't need to. Does that mean I shouldn't have a problem with it? Oh, I'm sorry. Everyone's doing it. Therefore, oh right, okay, never mind.
Do you just
forgot.
have a problem? Do you just have a problem with women accepting their femininity?
Dude, that is like such a fucking myopia with feminism that gets me every time. Is sexuality a strength or a weakness? And that just, if you want to like get people, if you want to get anyone who's like feminist in any way to get into a big blowout argument and all of a sudden turn on each other, just fucking ask that. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, feminism bad. I'm just making a fucking observation about the position. I agree with feminism on most things, but whatever. Let's get away from this topic quickly. Back to Scarlet Witch's crown, because that's something. That's a little different right there. That's what I was saying. Like, the smaller crowns you could reasonably pull off. I was thinking like the classic fucking crown that's bigger than her head.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason she got vision. She didn't have peripheral vision, so she got external one.
Yeah, she just taped the robot to her forehead.
She didn't even get with vision back then, did she?
Yeah, she absolutely did. Part of what the
that design? I don't remember that.
Not in the...
I thought she didn't get with him until like way after the design had changed.
The 70s. Her and Vision got together during the Kree Skrull War.
Her headdress would have changed just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, she didn't have
Kirby
the box.
didn't draw the Avengers for the most part. That was all Don Heck, I want to say.
Well, I don't mean... obviously, the box couldn't work, but I mean the one that came after the box, but before the tiara, when it was still this big headdress. I still think that couldn't work either.
Probably not. They would have to go the tiara route. Anything that goes below the chin, neck area wouldn't work. You have to end it either at the cheeks or higher.
If you want to see why putting things below the chin doesn't work, take a look at any of the Batman suits in movies. Either you make it too loose and it looks a little weird, or you put it too tight on Christian Bale and it looks like his chin fat is trying to escape his face. You end up with that Derp Man shit that was all over the internet when Dark Knight was actually relevant. That was not a vomit of disgust there. I've actually got something caught in my throat. The thought of Christian Bale.
Is it Christian Bale's neck fat?
Christian Bale, no. I can't stand the thought. Alright. So, I do want to say, boy, this WandaVision storyline is resembling a certain recent Vision comic book, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. He literally has his outfit from that during the Full House parody.
Yeah, and we know how that... I don't know about Pink Ratty, but you and I know how that storyline goes, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
But Pink leaves in disgust. Pink...
I mean, I can only assume that Vision dies again.
Oh, actually, that's the only Vision storyline where Vision doesn't die.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone else does,
the rest of
though.
his family.
Everybody else dies, though.
Oh, well, his daughter lives, doesn't she?
She's on the
his daughter lives and she becomes the new Vision. You know, the whole we can't have like the old classic Avengers. We need a bunch of
toddlers.
We need a bunch of like teenagers who are like very, very trendy and up to the political.
We need to be hip with the kids.
Roll out the new nursery. Get to the local
nursery. Okay.
Get to your local elementary school. Dump a ton of radioactive waste. Whatever kids survive are the new superheroes.
Peter Parker is there for some reason.
Again?
Yes. He's always there.
Oh, man. It's funny, I was just watching a video the other day that was all about how Spider-Verse's main theme is being different and being yourself instead of just being what came before you.
Yeah.
Boy, that movie was good.
That movie was really good, yeah. My girlfriend hated it, though.
Yeah,
you should probably break up.
sorry, hon, I just gotta draw the line somewhere.
She couldn't get over the animation style.
Okay, I can forgive that. I think my dad was the same way.
Yeah, Mike is the same way, too, apparently.
Yeah. When I was...
Don't ask Mike's
when the
fucking
trailers
opinion
were
on
coming
Spider-Verse. Don't ask
Also-
Mike's fucking opinion on Spider-Verse. He sees a black Spider-Man and he shits his pants and screams like a baby.
You don't want to know what he, like, said before, like, about Spider-Verse.
I don't have to imagine
like-
it.
He was like, is that the one with the gay Latino transgender?
Well, yeah, I know. I know. It's fucking Mike. He's the same shit every time.
Anyway, what's the TVA, the time whatever authority?
What the fuck did you just say? What's the TBA, the Time Authority? What the fuck are you on
Yeah.
about?
Loki. Loki's wearing a symbol that says he's a part of the TVA, which is the time something authority.
I have never heard of that in my life.
He's going around London asking people if they have their license for their TVs.
Oh, okay.
It's actually the TV Association.
Right, that might make for an interesting TV series.
The Time Variance Authority.
Okay, so is this
Which
some
I
comic
guess-
book?
Okay, so you watched Umbrella Academy, right?
Yes.
You know the time traveling hitmen who like try to keep the time.
Well, yes,
thing
I can imagine that this
stable.
is a fictional organization in Marvel that's about fixing fuck-ups in the time stream.
Yep, and it looks super much so like the Umbrella Academy. Like it looks just as weird.
I just have never heard of this in any of the comics.
I've never heard of it either, but apparently it is a thing.
Was it? It's from a new comic, isn't it?
Let me see.
Like, Pink, have you heard of the Time Variance Authority? Pink?
Pink,
Pink?
did you die?
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, 33 appearances of the time.
If Pink says he's never heard of the Time Variance Authority, it's new.
It first appeared in... Well, it's been around for a long time, actually. It's been a part of the classic Fantastic Four comics.
Oh. How classic are we talking? What year?
I'm looking for that. Definitely at least 1991. That's the
Oh.
oldest I've seen so far. That's also 1991. What is this one? Is this one? 1994. Okay. So I think 1991 is the oldest.
Okay, Pink, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Have
Thank
you
you.
ever heard of the Time Variance Authority?
No, I have not.
Alright. Apparently they've been a thing since 91. At least.
And that's when Marvel stopped being canon.
Oh, does Marvel end with fucking...
Oh my gosh. What is this comic book cover? Hold up. I gotta send this to you guys. Fucking this She-Hulk comic book cover. I don't know if it's loading for you guys.
Oh, I like it.
Oh my god. That's basically everything She-Hulk prior to about 5 years ago, so I...
The fucking horse. The fucking horse.
The horse is the part I like. It's everything else that I want to get rid of there.
Who's the guy in the back?
I don't have
Am
a
I
clue.
supposed to know him?
So,
Oh, now I know what the Time Variance Authority is.
Marvel had a ton of weirdo cowboy characters in the 50s because cowboys were popular at the time.
Right.
Excuse me. Ah,
Bless you.
Bless you.
thank you. It's like how the first Ghost Rider, or was it the second? Fuck, I don't remember. But the first Ghost Rider was a cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And was Marvel the one that had Jonah Hex, or was that DC?
That was DC.
Ah, yeah, Jonah Hex. What a character. Yeah.
Okay, he's Two Gun Kid.
Two Gun Kid. My
That
God,
is-
what a cowboy name! Imagine a superhero who's just named, "Hey, I'm Superman." Wait. Fuck.
Yeah, my favorite character has 2 eyes.
Oh man, that stupid fucking cartoon, Jimmy Two Shoes. No one else remember that one?
I
I've never heard of it.
I don't think they broadcasted it here.
Okay, so the first appearance of the Time Variance Authority was 1986 in a Thor comic.
Ah, there we go. Yeah,
And it's mostly been a part of Fantastic Four and weirdly She-Hulk. And then in recent times, Deadpool.
okay, I was about to say, whoever is the one that's breaking the fourth wall right now is the one they'll have a problem with. She-Hulk lost that ability and Deadpool picked it back up.
And the Fantastic Four never had it, did they?
No, but
No.
Reed's always fucking things up, so... God, I hate that She-Hulk art.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You're wrong.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
2006 was a different time.
yeah, it definitely was. Oh man, remember Marvel Zombies and Ultimatum?
Oh boy, do I.
Remember when Wasp
Mhm.
got killed off screen and the only way we found out how was Blob eating her corpse? That is one of the worst comic book things I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, put that together with fucking One More Day. And what are the... Alright, Pink, let's hear top 3 worst comic book moments from Marvel or DC that you can immediately recall.
I was not a fan of House of M.
In their entire history?
House of M was a storyline soon.
Yeah, I know, but in their entire history? Is
Yes.
that what you were asking? I'm going to say the relationship between Peter and MJ getting wiped out to save an 80-year-old woman who's going to die in a few years anyway.
That's One More Day.
Yeah, all because the writer had a hate thing for MJ.
Well, the writer was J. Michael Straczynski. He liked MJ.
Oh yeah, the publisher, right?
The editor was Joe Quesada,
Right.
who wanted to replace MJ with
With his daughter,
with
no?
his daughter.
Something like...
With his
Oh my
daughter.
Yeah.
God. That is the creepiest thing I've ever... I didn't even know that part of it.
And then
I
she gets the fucking Spider-Man radioactive semen STD, which causes Spider Island. Yeah. Comic books.
I think I need to go shower now. That
Yeah.
what is wrong with the people who work at Marvel nowadays? I mean, Joe Quesada doesn't work at Marvel anymore, right?
No, Joe Quesada still works there.
Oh, fuck off.
Joe Quesada is still
They're
riding
also-
Joe Quesada is still riding the wave of goodwill because he was the one behind the Marvel Knights initiative. And that is what saved Marvel Comics from the brink of fucking bankruptcy in the late
Right.
90s and early 2000s.
They're all so weird. They're all so weird and creepy. Like Joe Quesada, Tom Brevoort.
Was it isn't it CB Cebulski that took over as editor a couple years ago? And he got in trouble because it turned out he wrote under a fake Japanese pen name for a bunch of manga.
Yeah.
Because at the time, Marvel wanted to look hip with the kids and have a manga by a Japanese writer, and then it turned out it was just an American dude using a fake Japanese name.
Yeah. Tom Brevoort is literally a neckbeard feminist.
I don't know anything about Tom Brevoort. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Like, just look at him.
Well, I've seen pictures of Tom.
He wears
before.
a fedora.
Yes, I'm
Who
aware.
wears a fedora?
I'm aware
Out
he
in
wears a
public.
fedora. Jesus.
And a trench coat.
I know. I'm aware of what his appearance is, but I'm not going to say, what a fucking nerd, just by looking at him. Or, well, I'll say what a fucking nerd jokingly, but I'm not going to say the guy's a bad person just because he does look like a fucking fedora neckbeard nerd.
I will.
All right, Pink. Judge's book. That's Pink's new tagline right there. We'll all have our little taglines, like we're Smash characters being introduced in trailers. Pink's will have splash on screen. Pink Sparkle Puff. Judge's books by covers. That's why he's going to read that She-Hulk comic. He saw the smiling horse and the woman.
I have read that She-Hulk comic.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Okay. And DC's not any better either, because, what's his name? Dom whatever? What's his fucking name?
Don Quixote.
No, yes, Don Quixote, editor of DC. He's like, give me that Superman costume, I'm gonna take that
yes.
fucking skyscraper on.
Yes, Don Quixote, editor of DC, also owner of the largest miscellaneous shop of Japan.
Fucking, it takes Addy a split second. Let me redirect this in an area where I actually know. Oh, God.
You know what? Now, every time, like, Eddie starts talking about something he cares about, I'm going to, like, do whatever I can to throw in a Marvel reference.
You two have got to fucking stop. There is already heat between you two, and Soon's only been on the podcast for 10 episodes.
There's no heat for me. For some reason, Addy just, like, he wouldn't even, like, make an alliance with me last week.
Well, no,
that was cold, brother.
No, that was totally fair, because Soon you are by far the wild card of our group in terms of gameplay. What are you most known for in a multiplayer group? That time you fucking shot out Mike's tires in GTA.
Oh my god.
That stuck with you, man. That fucking stuck with you. Look, you gotta be responsible for your actions, man. I'm not gonna ever stop making fun of Addy for being cruel to NPCs because he was cruel to NPCs in so many games we played. Though I don't think Addy's particularly mad about that one.
No, not really.
He says as he rubs his dick on the corpses.
No, I'm dancing with them.
Right,
Remember?
yep.
I'm just saying, I could have helped Daddy out a lot if I had been in an alliance with him.
Up until you turn on him.
I wouldn't have turned on him. The alliance rules said that we couldn't turn on each other until, like, we both agreed that it was okay.
Right, I specified that for me and Pink because I knew me and Pink would follow them.
I'm willing to follow rules that we set up.
Okay, man, we veered off hard from WandaVision. Right, so...
And we haven't even talked about Falcon.
We did talk about Falcon.
Oh, wait, you did for a little bit.
Yeah, I just figured you guys probably didn't have nothing to say.
Baron Zemo is back. We don't know why. That's it.
I heard a very interesting theory.
Thunderbolts, please.
Thunderbolts, yes. I heard someone propose that he's pissed that Endgame made everybody love superheroes again, so he's going to try and ruin superheroes again by making Thunderbolts. I don't know how they could even assemble a team of supervillains. Like, it'd have to be all new guys, because they're not bringing back any of the old villain actors, except maybe, like, I don't know, Sam Rockwell or Ben Kingsley.
Ghost is somewhere on the playing field at this point.
That's true, but she's really more of a hero now.
Which is why she'd be perfect for Thunderbolts.
I mean, Thunderbolts does need to have at least two that are like, hey, this hero thing's actually kind of cool. I'm going to stop faking it and start doing it for real. Beetle's always... I know Beetle's a lame-o character, but he'll always be one of my favorites for that specific fucking storyline. And the other one that turned heroic in Thunderbolts was Songbird, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right. And that's how she got that's how she got into Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, and I still remember being confused as hell who she was.
Yep.
So, WandaVision looks like they're going to be traveling through a variety of satires of sitcom TV shows, presumably because someone's fucking with reality, possibly Wanda herself.
Probably Wanda herself. She's probably so distraught over what happened to Vision that she's trying to, like, do whatever she can to, like, get him back, and she's fucking up reality as a result. And she will refuse to stop because she loves Vision so much, and she can't bear to be without him. And so then Doctor Strange will come in and be like, Wanda, what the fuck? Stop.
He broken reality.
I think it'll be more about Wanda herself having to get to where she realizes that she's making this up and she has to deal with it herself.
I mean, Doctor Strange appears in the season finale, so...
Oh, well...
They've already confirmed this.
I mean, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of lame if Doctor Strange comes in. I'm more interested in...
I think what it could be is that Wanda herself will go through the 5 stages of grief, and then the finale with Doctor Strange appearing, that sets up what they're going to be doing in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, what? It could be that Wanda goes to Doctor Strange for help after she's fixed the problem.
Right. Because
or it
you
could
can't
just be
just revert reality back to its normal status.
Yeah.
Or it could just be Doctor Strange shows up at the last second, like, "Hey, I need help with this thing. I lit the sanctum on fire. You're good at fighting fires, right?"
Do we think that there's... What's the percentage chance that they do a reverse House of M with Wanda?
Oh, that's a good question.
I would say, depending on when they were writing this story and when the Fox deal came to be, it's all dependent upon that. Because if it happened when they got Fox, then I'd say it's very likely.
I would assume that they would have written it within the last year or so.
Right. But I'm not certain what the chronology of it all is. I couldn't exactly pinpoint.
They've at the very least known that they're going to get Fox for the last 2 years, right?
All right. Then I'd say the chances are pretty high.
Well, my question would be, how would they make it? How would it make sense in the storyline? Does she deal with her psychotic ideas, and then she's just like, "Oh, by the way, more mutants"?
I don't think it's her specifically saying make more mutants. I think it's just going to be a side effect of her warping reality.
She just breaks reality, and that's why the Doctor Strange movie is called the Multiverse, whatever. Madness of the Multiverse. I don't know what it's called, actually.
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. Because she's going to, like, mix up several multiverses with each other.
I don't think that Doctor Strange... I don't think Doctor Strange 2 is going to depend this much on Scarlet Witch.
But it literally is.
I mean, she's going to be an important part of the storyline. Excuse me, I mean, I don't think it's going to rely that much on WandaVision.
They said WandaVision directly leads into the Doctor Strange movie.
I don't think they're going to launch Disney Plus and say, hey, all these TV shows that we're going to give you are going to have a massive impact on the MCU as a whole, and then not do it. I think Wanda herself will be playing a very big part in this next phase of Marvel movies.
When I hear that they say it's going to lead into this movie, I think it's going to have a big role to play in that movie.
I think Wanda's growth as a character would definitely have an important part. I mean, either they can leave WandaVision unfinished, where it's like, oh, shit's fucked, me and Doctor Strange need to go fix it. Go watch Doctor Strange 2 in theaters.
I think that's what'll happen.
Oh, that would be so bad.
Based on all of the information that they've given, that sounds like the most likely choice.
That would be so bad. Making an entire fucking TV show that ends on a cliffhanger, go watch the movie. That's just the lamest thing. That's not how the MCU works. It's like titles that can exist in a vacuum that can also exist as part of a larger franchise. Except for Infinity War. That one's very dependent on its sequel. Well, you could probably watch Infinity War in isolation. It'll just have a very depressing ending.
You can't really watch Endgame in a vacuum.
No, you can't. That's the one you know they didn't give a fuck about making it accessible for new ones.
Yeah. They were like, really? You're going to watch the end of this entire sector of stories
We all
and
know.
not watch anything else?
We all know
Fuck
some people
off.
who would do that. We all absolutely know some people who would do that.
Yeah, I know.
Why would I watch any of the build-up movies when I can just watch the big ending itself? And then they get there and they're like, who the fuck are these people?
Why was that such a good South Park voice?
I wasn't even trying to do a South Park voice. I was just trying to do ambiguous dumbass voice, which admittedly is probably what Trey and Matt are trying to do anyways.
It sounded like Kevin's brother, or no, cousin's voice.
I have no idea who that character is. You're the South Park expert here.
Oh wait, am I making references that nobody else understands?
Oh god. Well, that's how you fucking get at. No, wait, Addy probably knows a bit about South Park. I think Pink could be the one here most confused by South Park references.
Yep.
Because, Addy, you've watched a few South Park episodes, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've definitely watched a few. So Pink's the one who'd be missing out there.
But you guys still don't know Kevin's cousin, so.
I think I do.
Oh god, is that the thing that Addy and Soon get to bond over? Fucking South Park?
No, South Park sucks, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, I forgot you're a Family Guy fan, are you?
Nope.
Wait, is he? Oh my god.
No, I'm not.
Oh, fuck.
I'm an American net speedrunner, is what I am.
You know what, Soon?
That's the shittiest joke.
Soon, if you want to make a reference that Pink won't get, reference anything with a matureness rating above 18.
I'm just a poor innocent boy.
Wait, so like Joker?
Pink hates Joker, you know this.
Yeah. By the way, Birds of Prey is doing terrible at the box office.
I don't want to talk about Birds of Prey.
On one hand, I'd like to say it's a shame. On the other, there are some very large aspects of that movie that I'm not looking forward to, so it is what it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of guy who says it needs to be 100% comic book accurate, but the lack of comic accurateness in that movie pisses me off so bad.
I hate articles that have. I hate the headlines of articles about box offices. Like, here, Birds of Prey lays an egg at the box office. And this Birds of Prey flies off course with Birds of Prey flying much lower than expected.
Somebody gets paid to write these.
Somebody gets paid to write these, yes.
Well, the important part about headlines is, did it get your attention? Did it get your attention soon?
In the worst way.
Well, hang on. I know what you're saying here is, well,
The
stupid
thing is, I don't know what the difference between any of these are, so I'm not going to click on any of them. I'm just going to be like, okay,
Right.
so this one's the same as every other one.
Right, but if you're the kind of person who clicks on clickbait, and you see snappy fucking jokes like that, you gotta click.
What does it
Do you
even
know?
mean to? What does it even mean to lay an egg at the box
That's
office?
what I was
Holy
going to
shit.
ask. Is it like saying, oh, it's going to be a cult classic because it's laying an egg that will one day become a very beautiful bird?
You guys have never heard someone use the phrase lays an egg, or laid an egg?
No.
I have.
Okay, that's a pretty old phrase that means fucked up.
Okay.
It's probably not been used in America since the 90s, but it definitely is a phrase.
Set for worst DC opening since Jonah Hex.
That's actually
Oh, remember that movie?
The marketing for this movie was awful, by the way.
Oh yeah, terrible marketing. Like, yeah, so bad. But like,
hang on,
Birds
one
of Prey
second.
lays an egg at the box office.
You
Literally, the
you
next
are picking
article.
the strangest thing to get
Wait.
upset about
No,
this.
No, wait. Okay, here's one from Variety. Birds of Prey lays an egg at the box office. Here's one from Yahoo Entertainment. Birds of Prey lays an egg at the box office.
Who cares? I
They're
don't.
literally... Okay, whatever. Anyway, continuing on.
Oh, fuck. Alright. So, I was going to ask what do you think is the most interesting. Okay, Soon, let me rephrase that then. Soon, why do you think WandaVision is the most interesting?
Because it does something different, and Well, for one, the Loki movie I feel, is just going to be blatant pandering. And two, I don't care about Falcon America. Because it was always stupid. It's never not going to be stupid. I don't care. Fuck off.
My problem with Falcon as Cap has always been and always will be that it demeans the superhero title of Falcon and makes it feel like it makes it feel like it's a sidekick.
It does. I agree. That's part of why I think it's a stupid idea.
It's the same thing as Dick Grayson becoming Batman. I'm one of the only people who didn't like that because to me, Dick didn't need to get promoted. Nightwing wasn't a sidekick.
Yeah. And, I mean, Andrew Mackie is a charismatic guy. Like, I have
They haven't given him anything, though. Anthony Mackie, by the way.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie. My bad. I don't mind him taking over, like, the helm. I just wish it wasn't as Captain America, because that's stupid. It always has been stupid. It never will not be stupid.
Well,
and it's just blatantly offensive and insulting to the character, as you said.
I mean, the thing here is that, like, there have been all kinds of characters and storylines that have been bad in the comics, and as soon as you heard they were putting it in the movies in any way, you're like, oh, that was gonna suck. Like, none of us were ever fans of Miles Morales, so when we first heard about Spider-Verse, we were like, well, Sony's fucking up again. And then, lo and behold, Spider-Verse is probably better than, like, 99% of the MCU films.
Yeah.
So there is always the chance that Kevin Feige can pull another miracle, and whoever's the director can pull another miracle. And I'll be like, oh, well, actually, I like Falcon Cap now. It'll be a difficult ordeal, but I mean, it's definitely within the realm of possibility, depending on how they handle it.
I mean, the basic concept is insulting, so.
Yeah.
Like, you're starting off at a base level of being insulting to the character. Like, you can't exactly improve on that. Like, Miles Morales isn't, like, at a base level insulting
Miles
to the
didn't
character.
have anything before he was Spider-Man.
I know. Yeah. Like, I mean, I just meant, like, the character of, like, Spider-Man. Like, he's not, like, just at a basic level insulting to the character of Spider-Man.
There's no shame about Miles Morales' previous identity. Regular Kid Man. Oh, well. How the Regular Kid Man title is now destroyed now that Miles has been promoted to Spider-Man. Pink.
What's up?
What out of the three shows are you most interested in? Even though you're probably not going to watch any of them.
Oh, I'm gonna watch all of them.
Oh, right, you do. You are actually potentially get Disney Plus. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Out of the ones announced so far, I'm really looking forward to. I don't even know what to call it. Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I really like those two lead actors, and very curious to see what they do with the Zemo.
Yes.
Right.
And then I'm looking forward to Loki because it's Tom Hiddleston. Who can possibly say no to that? Nobody.
I can.
You're wrong.
I say no to Tom Hiddleston.
Well,
there is now
I don't
heat.
know how to feel about that.
There's now heat against with me.
We got heat, brother.
Soon. Today is the day Soon makes an enemy of everyone on the podcast.
Yep, I literally have heat with everybody on the podcast now. I don't even know what I did to Addie.
I don't either.
I mean, I know that, I did things to you in Civ 6, which we will not talk about, but...
Oh, it's been going on longer than that. It's been going on before that.
That's fair. I make up with it, though. I've bought you tons of games.
Well, it's not a fucking economy. I don't care about the things you've done to me in Civ 6. That's just video game play. You can betray me in as many video games as you like. When I was saying Addie didn't trust you for a deal, I wasn't saying you're a bad person soon. I'm saying that you're a very untrustworthy video game player. I'm saying that you see the advantages of betrayal more than the other three of us do. Addy, if you were interested in any of these 3 shows, which one would it be?
I don't even. I wasn't paying attention to what the shows were, so
Great!
Just say you're interested in Tom Hiddleston and be done with it.
sure,
Yeah!
Loki. Why not?
Yeah!
For Team Loki.
I'm gonna take the coward's answer and say all 3.
Oh, you absolute coward.
I know, but like Loki, it could be Cold War, and I love Cold War. And like Falcon and Bucky, I wasn't interested at first, but like the potential of it being Zemo and U.S. Agent and all that, I like all that. And WandaVision,
Yeah.
like Soon said, WandaVision presents a different possibility. I'm interested in the possibility of it being kind of an internal conflict of Wanda versus Wanda. Because hopefully that's what it would boil down to for me. Unless the fucking series finale is Doctor Strange coming in and Deus Ex Machining the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Wanda, I fixed your problems, so you don't have to have any character growth. Sweet. Alright. Addy, do we know what's coming out on the channel?
Yes, Street Fighter.
More Street Fighter.
Yes.
Boy, we sure fucking recorded a lot of Street Fighter, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay. Pink, you got anything coming out on your channel?
I do not.
Eddie, you got anything coming out on your own channel?
Nope.
Sweet. Soon, what you been doing this week?
This week I've been playing Stellaris.
Right. Still seeing the same balance problems you did last week?
I mean, yeah.
Anything,
They haven't patched it since then, have they?
They haven't patched
it since then, no. So, like, there's not exactly much to improve on right now.
Have you considered modding it?
Oh yeah, I've done tons of mods. I got a mod which adds, like, 8 new ship classes, so that helps a lot.
Okay, I was about to say, are there any mods that unfuck the balance? Have you got anything particularly new to say about it?
Not really, no.
Alright, anything else?
Let me think for a second.
Alright, Wally thinks. Pink, what have you done this past week?
I think all my free time has been devoted to Fire Emblem.
I thought I saw you playing Civ 6 earlier.
I have not.
Oh.
I had the launcher open.
Okay, that's what that was.
That's not. I did not play Civ 6. Not this week. Probably not last week either.
Are you telling me you didn't have any fun in the Civ 6 launcher? So how's Fire Emblem so far, Pink?
It is probably my favorite game of all time at this point.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I heard good things. I didn't hear best game of all time things.
Well, you have to understand that I'm also not most gamers. So my favorite games of all times list is actually rather small because the amount of games I've played is actually rather small.
Right.
But yeah, I loved the original Western release Fire Emblem. I was not fond of the
Awakening?
what would they call it? I'd never played Awakening. That was on the 3DS, and I never had a 3DS.
Ah.
On the DS, they released Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, which I want to say was a remake of the first Fire Emblem.
Okay.
And I was not fond of that one. I thought it took a lot of steps backward from the Game Boy counterpart, which was odd. But Three Houses blows those two right out of the water. It's really no comparison.
Well, it is on a console now, so that's kind of
Yes, indeed. Yeah. There's so much to the game now. It's absolutely crazy. So
And you can
just
play
haven't-
through 3 times to get an entirely different cast
Yeah.
each time, right?
yeah, 3 different houses, probably 2 decisions you can make per house.
And if
So-
anyone dies, there's permadeath. So if you want to see that
Oh,
storyline in, you got to play through the whole fucking game again.
Right, but here's the thing. Fire Emblem, they've made it a lot more casual friendly. So you can actually turn on a casual mode and not have permadeath.
Right. I have heard Fire Emblem is actually a really difficult strategy game.
Yes. Honestly, though, I want to say Three Houses. It's been a lot easier than any of its predecessors, but I'm also playing on normal mode, and they do have like a hard and maddening mode. So, I mean, I suppose that is where the difficulty shall lie.
Is that the name of the highest difficulty? Maddening?
Yes.
I like that. Oh man. Okay, I got a question to bring up. What's the best difficulty name in any game you've played soon?
Probably Wolfenstein.
Do you remember the name of the difficulty rating?
Nope.
Oh, well,
I just remember it was the one with the baby face, with like the bib and stuff. Super insulting, but like also kind of like funny. So
Pink. What's the best difficulty name you've ever seen in a video game?
I mean, in my brief 2 minutes of looking at Civilization 3, they had a difficulty mode that I want to say was just called Sid. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
You have to have made the game to play the game.
That's basically like saying you're playing a game of life, and the highest difficulty is God.
the difficulty I was thinking of is called "Can I Play Daddy?"
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Addy, what's the best difficulty name you've ever seen?
Well, it's good. I have two. One of them requires context, the other one doesn't. So the one without the need for context is probably hell or hell mode, because that's funny.
Hell or hell. That is
Yes.
pretty good now that you say it.
And then as a kind of a switch, heaven difficulty mode, which doesn't make a lot of like it's not really funny without a context, but like because it's in a game made by Capcom, I just imagine freaking Akuma spawning in and Shangoku satsing you the second you spawn in the game.
I'm pretty sure that's hell or hell difficulty.
Ah, so I guess it is the same thing then.
Yeah, I also would have to go with a difficulty name from the Devil May Cry games. I would say that Dante Must Die is my favorite difficulty name.
That is a good one, yeah.
I was going to go with that one, but then I was like, well, hell or hell is more versatile.
Yeah, it's hell or hell is a very imposing one, which is a pretty good one. Your choices are hell or hell. Choose. Some choices are not choices at all.
My least favorite ones are the ones that just repeat the title of the game.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
Like,
You know
for
what I'm not a
example-
fan of?
What?
Naming the highest difficulty impossible.
Yeah, that one's also stupid. But like God of War,
It is clearly possible.
God of War highest difficulty. Give me God of War.
Oh, that's bad. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is an awkward one. Which game was that? That wasn't God of War 4, was it?
That's God of War 4.
Oh, that is weirdly dumb for a game that otherwise tries to avoid dumb shit.
The other difficulty levels are give me a story, give me a balanced experience, give me a challenge, and then it's give me God of War.
But if you asked me to name the hardest gaming franchises of all times, God of War would not make that list.
No. But like the older God of War games had like kind of interesting difficulty levels, not very, but like one of them was easiest was mortal, normal is hero, hard is Spartan, and very hard is God.
Yeah, that's an alright paradigm. It's
Yeah,
very
like that's all right.
it's very
but,
similar to
like-
Devil May Cry, which makes sense because the classic God of Wars were basically Western Devil May Cry.
Also, give me God of War difficulty in God of War is actually like so fucking hard. Like I could not beat like the first level because
Yeah,
everything can like one hit you, and it takes like forever to kill anything.
yeah. I would have told you not to take that one.
But it was fun. I actually enjoyed it. It actually like caused me to like play the game in different ways because like on normal difficulty you just get into these patterns which you abuse, but on the highest difficulty, you actually have to use everything at your disposal, which
Well, that's good.
that's part of the reason why I like harder difficulties, because they do require you to play more of the game mechanics than you would if you played on normal difficulty.
If the game is well balanced.
If the game is well balanced, yes.
There are some games where if you put it at the highest difficulty, it goes in the opposite direction and you now only use one move.
Yeah, that's also true.
Alright. So, Soon, what have you done this week, other than Stellaris?
I've been working on Dormammu. I think I just finished him, actually.
Oh, damn.
I've been working on the back of his card art while we've been podcasting. I just need to insert this stuff into the game.
Alright, we can actually try him out after this, can't we?
Yeah. If everybody is, like, able to play.
Have we added in the Galactus buffs?
No.
Okay. So I'll probably someone other than me can give Thanos a shot, and someone can give Dormammu a shot.
I actually want to like play the new that got added into the base.
Well, you know I want to play Oogie Boogie or Cloud Frollo.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pink and Addy, we found out that they added some extra fan brew characters to Disney Villainous. And it's Claude Frollo, Oogie Boogie, Madame Medusa, who I don't know who she is.
Neither do I.
Soon, do you know any of the others?
Judge Frollo, Oogie Boogie, Bill Cipher.
Bill Cipher, yes. I don't know if we can touch that one until Pink's done with Gravity Falls.
Yeah, the Horned King from Black Cauldron.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it was Madame Medusa and just one other character from another 90s Disney movie we didn't know. Something along the lines of Great Rat Detective. Or Mouse Detective, excuse me.
Yeah.
Have any of us watched, like, those movies like Great Mouse Detective and Fern Gully, that, like, weird 80s era of Disney?
Which one was Fern Gully again?
Fern Gully might not have been Disney.
I don't think it was, because my family definitely at one point watched every Disney movie in chronological order, and I don't think I've seen that one ever. I've only ever heard of it.
I would have told you that there are too many Disney movies to watch them all in chronological order. Yeah, I can't imagine it was much of a joy sitting down for Snow White, honestly.
No, that movie sucks.
Yeah. It's like a shittier version of Sleeping Beauty, really. Like, right down to the evil queen just being a discount Maleficent, even though she came first. Alright, yeah, I'm excited to try that. Anything else soon?
Let me check real quick. Did I do anything else? I don't know if I did. Oh, I got Freedom Force versus the Third Reich. I didn't get through the tutorial because it's like
The controls
an
on
hour long. The tutorial's an hour long. And this one I can actually play.
Oh.
You know how like the first Freedom Force is like garbage and can't be played?
The control scheme is dated as fuck.
Yeah, there's that, and there's also a bug now in the first Freedom Force where, like, you literally can't click on the game. Once you get into the map, you can't click, and you move by clicking.
Yeah.
So you literally cannot play the game. There's no fix for it. There is no fix for that.
I do remember that glitch, yes.
Yep. And Freedom Force versus the Third Reich does not have those glitches.
Oh.
It does not have, like, the lag or anything. It actually is playable. But the tutorial is an hour long and goes over those basic control schemes, and you can't skip it, so I haven't actually been able to play it, other than doing tutorial shit.
Alright.
Fuck the early 2000s with their tutorials.
No kidding.
All you need to say is the word tutorial and Pink will get mad, so.
I tried to get back into Warhammer 2, but I'm just feeling kind of sick of the campaign gameplay loop, I guess.
Well, the pattern I've always taken with games is like once I get sick of the gameplay loop, boost up the difficulty. But for you, that'd be boosting it up to legendary, which isn't a good idea.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. It just feels like like, I'm fine with the battles. It's just the campaign feels like you go through the same stuff. And like, I just don't have any way to like do anything other than that basic stuff.
Every Total War game inevitably builds itself around just constantly keep moving, keep adding new settlements. Except Attila.
Yeah.
Attila is the only game that was actually able to break that loop.
Yeah, but also I wanted to try Deathmaster Schnick, but I just don't like this Skaven being able to ambush every single time because that's just like an instant win. So I really just, yeah. I'm not a fan of that.
I also wouldn't think you'd be a fan of Snick just because Snick has one of the easiest start positions ever. He starts like a mile from everybody else, so he doesn't need to worry about any early game pressure.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be a different story once Warhammer 3 rolls around. Then he's gonna have a very chaos dwarf shaped problem when Warhammer 3 rolls around. But as of right now, he lives a stress-free life. Snick does. I hate Skaven names. They're so. I know they're supposed to be impossible to pronounce, but it kills me. This fucking Skaven guy's name is Snikch. Snick. Ugh.
What if the CH is silent?
It isn't. Anything else soon?
No, I don't think I've been playing a bunch of Sims 4 actually. So
Right.
there's that.
Yes. Did your sim light on fire immediately?
No.
Okay, then you're already better at Sims 4 than me.
Wait, what?
I did mention this on the podcast last week, didn't I?
I feel like if you did, I missed it completely.
No, you
Because
did
I don't
not.
recall any spontaneous combustion around here.
So,
Me neither.
when Soon said him and his girlfriend were playing Sims 4, I was like, I should play Sims 4. I booted up Sims 4, made a new guy, started up, had him go cook some, like, grilled cheeses or something. Oven lit on fire, lit him on fire, killed him, first day.
Wow.
I mean, we did like have that problem with the stove.
I mean, cooking is hard. Come on now.
Sims 4 stoves are guaranteed to light on fire at some point.
Yeah.
If real life stoves worked like Sims 4 stoves, nobody'd ever fucking buy a stove.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm starting to think that every time I start a new playthrough in Sims 4, I need to immediately buy the most expensive stove just so it doesn't fucking kill my character.
Buy the unbreakable stove.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about the new freaking bed type that they added in the new DLC for Sims 4?
The what?
The new bed type that you need to like pick up from the wall. And there's
the simple living one. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yes, there's like a 5 in 10 chance of it killing you.
Fun.
5 and
My
10.
favorite bed type is the floor.
5 and 10 is 1 in 2. That's 50%, Chief.
Yeah, I know.
Well, why make it 5 and 10 then? That's an oddly specific one. You could make it any ratio if we're going to ignore, like, the most efficient ratio. Oh, yeah, there's a fucking 12 and 24 chance of the bed killing you. It's a 100 out of 200 chance of killing you. Like, I nearly said percents. Well,
Because you're a genetic freak.
put fucking Scott Steiner's face on the bed. Every time you open the bed,
75% chances of dying.
and when you take the fucking stove's 25% chance, percents, and add it to my 75%, then you get Sim Joe. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you
In your house.
Oh, by the way, Dubs, your homeboy is doing well in the primaries.
Again, I only know, for one thing, I don't know who the fuck my homeboy is. You said Home City Boy on Steam.
Oh, hometown boy, yeah.
Right.
Pete Buttigieg.
Buttigieg is from Indiana?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
He is the mayor of a small town in Indiana. Maybe you know it. Probably not.
There are a lot of towns in Indiana.
Yeah, but you usually, know general... South Bend. Do you know South Bend?
I do know South Bend, actually, yes.
He was the mayor of South Bend.
Huh, that is crazy. You know what? I do remember him getting elected at the time because everybody was, surprised because Indiana's a red state, but we had a gay mayor in one of the towns, and that was a big surprise at the time. But, yeah, when you mentioned that there was a politician from Indiana doing well, I, ran the fucking Rolodex of all 2 Indiana politicians I knew. Well, it's not Daniels, and it's certainly not Pence, so,
He's currently, the top at the primary.
Right, I've been hearing that there's been a big feud between him and Sanders, but...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, there is. Bernie Sanders is accusing him of having the support of Wall Street.
I mean, that's what the Democrat fucking competitions are gonna boil down to ultimately is.
Yep.
Well, I'm the bigger socialist. No, I'm the bigger socialist.
Well, actually, Pete Buttigieg isn't trying to be a socialist. He's supposed to be one of the moderates who's trying to be no, we don't actually want socialism.
Oh, well, yeah, I could definitely see where Bernie would have a problem with that. I thought, the majority of the Democrats were just going to follow Bernie's example, because, during the 2016 race, Hillary blatantly started copying Sanders' policies when they got popular.
Yeah.
So I figured we'd just follow that program, but... I guess some of them actually have integrity, oddly enough for politicians. Or at least they recognize that there's a Democrat base other than socialists. I don't know.
Yeah. I can't get over the fact that Bernie Sanders used to support the Soviet Union.
Well, yeah, that's a thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck it, no one's gonna watch this episode.
Yeah. It's I don't care about talking politics on here because nobody watches this. As
soon as you said Tom Brevoort's a feminist, I was like, oh, time to turn this shit around. Fuck it. This video's gonna get 0 views.
No, nobody is going to watch this. I don't care any.
You're all gonna regret this in 15 years when we're all rich and famous.
Oh yeah. Yes, someone's going to...
I don't think I've said anything that could get me in trouble yet. Soon probably has. Mike definitely did, but I don't think I've said anything that could get me in trouble yet.
Someone is going to be like, oh, this famous guy is his user handle is SoonDragon67. I don't know how I found that out, but I did. And apparently, he was on this podcast that literally never got any views, and I don't know how I found this. But I'm going to watch every single 100 and something episode. Actually, by then, it'll be several hundred episodes, probably. I'm going to watch every single one and be like, all right, does he say anything I can find that's problematic?
He hit episode 50 and have listened to 40 arguments between me and Addy about Assassin's Creed.
At that point, he gives up.
At which point, he takes his own life.
Not worth it.
Fuck this. Then we'd get a new controversy. Celebrity podcast causes man to kill himself.
Co-host comments good.
Well, that's put Addy in a bind.
I don't think it has. I think Addy is now a fish in water.
Yep. With me, like, nobody knows that I do a podcast besides my girl. So, with you, your entire family, apparently.
Oh, yeah, because they keep fucking bringing it up. I'm worried about the day they bring it up to someone who isn't family. Like, someone below the age of 60. Because then it'll be really awkward. Because, like, when they're above the age of 60, they don't know what a podcast is. So I could just reasonably be like, no, it's nothing, it's nothing. And they'll be like, okay, why don't you have a girlfriend? All right, well, now we're on to a more comfortable topic. But if they bring it up with someone younger than 60, then we're going to have fucking problems. Because either they're between the ages of 20 and 50, in which case they're going to be like, oh, you're famous. Or they're going to be below the age of 20, in which case they're going to be like, oh, another douchebag with a podcast. Fucking everybody's got a podcast nowadays. Grow the fuck up.
Yep.
They're
like, podcasts are like the blogs of this age. I don't know what I was going to say. Because, like, blogs were big for a while, and now podcasts have replaced them.
Right. I mean, who wants to listen to a bunch of assholes on the internet talk about their day? I mean, there are some podcasts where they where people conduct intelligent, like, statements and have something really good and interesting to say, and that's not this one.
Yeah, that... we really are taking after people like Wooly.
But, hey, he's good. Pat's the fucking shitter there.
But, well, yes, but Wooly has been apparently going down with him somehow.
Wooly's problem is that he only has interesting things to say about fighting games.
Just like Addy.
Yeah. Hey, Addy can talk about Assassin's Creed. He's got 2 things, motherfucker. 2 things.
2 things.
I mean,
I have 3 things.
None of us are perfect here. None of us are perfect here. Because how many times have there been where someone's like, hey, Bethesda made a video game, it was bad, end of discussion. Do we want to get in depth and talk about why Skyrim sucks?
Yes.
Do we want to do that right now?
Skyrim sucks because the
leveling system is fucked.
Basically a Skinner box which forces and manipulates the play. Anyway, what are we saying?
I'm just going to stick to the leveling system is fucked. I'm not going to get into the Skinner box thing because most games are guilty of the Skinner box.
But Skyrim more than any other.
There are definitely ones that are more guilty than Skyrim. I wouldn't make such a universal statement.
That is true, yeah.
Mobile games exist, my friend.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't talk about those. They don't exist. They only exist in Asia.
Mobile games are like gambling. I technically believe that they're bad, but at the same time, I just kind of am like, well, that exists, and I just walk away. Mobile games are like gambling. A lot of my fucking favorite Japanese gaming franchises have moved to them.
Yeah.
Fuck. God, that Castlevania game still pisses me off. Oh, man, I'm really worried because, like, there have been leaks saying, oh, Konami's working on 2 new Silent Hill projects. Oh, yeah, Silent Hill, the mobile game.
Yep.
Silent
Hill, the casino game.
Okay, you know those shitty mobile games are about, like, building cities and growing them? It's that, but Silent Hill. Like, you have to invest in Pyramid Head's torture dungeon.
Oh my gosh.
You have to invest in the bottomless abyss.
you are growing freaking whatchamacallit, the daddies.
Oh god. You've got an upgrade for your hospital. It now has belching nurses. There is now a giant face in the sky constantly staring down on you, watching you.
There's also a giant face in the freaking metro station, also staring down up to you. Or staring up, I guess. Yeah.
You have upgraded all of Silent Hill with Dead Wife.
Multiple.
Multiple.
Ah, shit.
Dead Vibes are the boosters. They're the golden coin equivalent.
Link up with your friends, Silent Hills, to increase profits.
See who has more Dead Vibes.
The fucking pay-to-win
Oh my
currency
gosh.
is just trauma. It's just post-traumatic stress disorder.
And then it actually freaking it copies the Simpson game like this, but instead of different sci-fi characters roaming around, it's just Pyramid Head. Loads and loads of Pyramid Head.
Every now and then you'll see one of the main characters from Silent Hill walking around, and then you see Pyramid Head carrying them around. Ah, shit. What were we even talking about? Right, soon, are you done talking about your week?
Yep.
Pink, back to Fire Emblem. Oh, Pink's dead. Never mind. Addy, what have you been doing this week?
Right. Well, I beat. Well, beat is not the right word. I finished What Remains of Edith Finch.
Oh, right. Okay. Right, isn't What Remains of Edith Finch a walking simulator?
Yes,
I thought you
Yep.
hated those.
I do.
Oh.
It was
you
free.
play games you hate?
It was
I've
free.
brought up free games that you would actually like, and you say to me, not worth the install. I
need to be desperate enough.
There are only two things that drive you, Addy. Your love for fighting games and your hate for everything else.
I don't hate everything else.
Yes, you do.
Like you keep saying that, but I like genres other than fighting games.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh, oh, shit. Oh, man.
Right,
Genres
yeah.
other than fighting games. Like what?
I like action adventure games. I actually played I was going to bring this up later, but I actually played the second Uncharted game, and it's actually a lot better. I'm actually enjoying it for once.
Oh, wild.
You
So,
can
yeah.
you can go play God of War then.
I did play God of War.
He did
I
play
liked
God
it.
of War 4, dumbass. He talked about it. I'm pretty sure you were
did?
here for it.
He played God of War 4?
Yeah.
Yes.
We were here for it.
What? I was?
Yeah.
Then maybe I just tuned Daddy out.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, I like those. But obviously, crowd fighters with freaking like I don't count them as fighting games because they're not. They're like inherently different.
Even though Dynasty Warriors 1 was a fighting game, every game following is definitely not.
Yeah. So those let's see. I like platformers sometimes.
Depends on the platformer.
Yes, depends on the platformer. I specifically dislike 3D platformers though. Like that's just the part that I don't like.
Yeah, I can see where you would have a problem with that. I mean,
3D platformers like Uncharted?
No,
Or
like
not really
Banjo-Kazooie.
Uncharted, I guess.
Like Banjo-Kazooie. Or basically any rare game that wasn't GoldenEye.
Yeah. So like Spyro and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like 3D platformers either. I don't like regular platformers. So.
really? You don't like Ratchet and Clank or Jak and Daxter? What am I saying? Of course.
Oh
you do.
yeah, Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter. I forgot that those are third person.
You might be able to count Sly. It's mixed platformer and stealth.
Well, God of War series before God of War is.
Before
3D
Kratos forgot
platformer.
how to jump.
Yeah, before Kratos forgot he could jump. Before Kratos turned into a Mass Effect character. Pre-Andromeda.
Oh, man. Didn't Andromeda have air combos?
What was that?
Didn't Andromeda have, like, air combos?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that game?
It was really fun. Also, terribly written.
Yep. And people with some weird plastic faces. Like,
Yep.
they were all clay faces made by a very, very poor craftsman. Alright.
But yeah, I like freaking murder mystery games, all 4 of them. Like, genuinely, there are like 4 murder mystery games that I remember
It's the problem with
The
video
two-
games is that they can't really do detective stuff and keep it interesting.
Yeah. But I like the Sherlock Holmes games on Eurogen because they were. There was that Agatha Christie one, but I didn't buy that one because I think that's only on 360 or something like that.
There's
I
like
think
10
I had-
minutes in the Arkham games.
Yeah. And there was also the freaking, I forget its name, that game that goes for like a buck every sale. That's about the guy that dies and then he finds out about his death. I even like that one.
Oh, the Western one, right? Because there's both an American and Japanese game that are about that.
Oh, yeah,
the
the one that was about the
Japanese
Salem
one-
witch trials.
The Japanese one is Ghost Trick, I believe is the name, but I can't remember the name. Something. Well, fuck. What was the name of that Western AAA ghost game where he plays the ghost detective, and it came out 4 or 5 years ago? Soon, you probably remember.
Oh, wait. You're talking about
Something Soul Suspect?
Murder Soul Suspect, yeah.
Murder
Murder Soul Suspect.
Yeah. The murdered
That was
part is
terrible.
dumb, but I actually like the title Soul Suspect. That works. Alright, anything
But,
else?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. What did you think of was it Edith Finch?
Yes. Well, it's weird because I didn't completely hate it, but I also wasn't like all for it because I appreciated the storytelling and what small amounts of gameplay there was.
More
There
than
was
your
gameplay?
usual walking simulator.
There was
There is
gameplay?
yes.
What did you do?
There's one part where you have to play on in-universe video game with one hand and then also cut fish with the other.
Shit. Well, why
Yeah,
would
stuff like
hang on,
that.
why would a person do that?
Well, the thing, it's like an explanation for one of the characters who was, I guess I'd call it drug abuse at that point on the part, or on the point that the character was.
Oh yeah, playing video games at the same time as you're cutting fish. Don't do drugs, kids.
No, he wasn't actually playing a video game. He was imagining that he was in like Final Fantasy or something.
Oh, he was so fucking high. He was high as balls while cutting fish. I see.
No, they took him off of his drugs, and so he was like, "Well, I now hate my job. I shall think about Final Fantasy."
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of happier with the idea of guy being so fucking high while he's cutting fish that he's imagining he's in a video game.
Sounds like Far Cry.
Like, he's just cutting up the other chefs at this point, saying 10 XP after each kill.
Sounds like Sucker Punch.
But yeah, like I like those parts. I like some of the stories that that the characters had. Edith, I didn't particularly like because the whole part of the game where you go about is just bad decisions. The character, like she's a 16-year-old who's also like 22 months pregnant, also doing parkour.
Oh, yeah, that's healthy.
Yeah. So like fine, but don't do parkour. Be responsible.
Okay,
And
hang on,
yes?
I've got a question. Is it like Bob from Tekken, where the pregnancy increases her weight and she uses that for momentum? And thus
No.
she becomes a stronger parkour artist because of the baby, because of the fetus?
she just climbs normally.
Does
but
the fetus make her stronger?
no.
Damn.
But yeah, overall, like some of the stories were okay. I like some of the gameplay aspects that they put in. But overall, I feel like the story was a bit of a disappointment. Like the zinger at the end.
Most of these walking simulators do have really shit stories, which are for some reason considered great stories.
The problem is that the walking simulator almost always builds itself around a culture of that kind of subverted story, which means that it almost always builds itself around a big twist at the end.
There was no big twist.
Oh.
Well, there was a big twist, kind of, but not really once you learn that freaking Edith is pregnant. Because the big twist is that the game actually never ends. Just her song continues, going through the house, and that's it.
What?
Because basically the story of the game is about the Edith's house being cursed, or well, their family being cursed, and everybody dies prematurely due to stupid accidents.
Why do they always make walking simulators partly supernatural? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Like if there's one video game story where you are finally allowed to have mundane dramatic stories, it's walking simulators. So why introduce the supernatural?
Yeah, there was Gone Home.
Yeah, Gone Home's very similar, yes.
It was like, it wasn't supernatural, but they wanted you to think that it was.
Well, it was supposed to be a twist that, like, oh, it's horror. No, wait, it's actually a story about, a person coming out of the closet. Yeah. But, like, the trouble is...
Such a dumb story. I hate that game. I actually despise that game.
The real fucking problem with that game is its ending. The problem with that is that word of mouth exists, and not only that, it was an indie game, so word of mouth was the primary means of marketing. Which means everybody and their mother's gonna spoil the fact that it's not a fucking horror game, it's a fucking walking simulator about coming out of the closet. Oh, I've already talked about how much I hate that game's ending, though. So I don't think I need to reiterate it, other than, like, people not being entirely accepting of your life choices, but at the same time letting them happen. Like, I mean, I can see where you'd be uncomfortable with it, but it doesn't justify ruining their lives. And the fact that God intervenes on their behalf anyways is just cop-out bullshit to make it seem like this bad thing this character did is not a bad thing when it actually was. Yeah, that's how it works. Any piece of writing where the main character fucks over a good person and then God... a person who is not openly bad, and God has to step in and fix the problem to make the main character not look like a bad person. Anytime you have that situation, that's bad writing.
No, they were bad people, weren't they? They were, like, not accepting of her sexuality.
That's...
Are you gonna say something problematic right now?
What am I trying to say? It's a bad thing, but there are bad things that are not so bad. There are bad things that are so bad that doing them automatically makes you a bad person, and there are bad things that just factor in. Like, if a person, when they were, like, I don't know, 17, got into a drunken bar brawl one time, I wouldn't automatically say they're a bad person. But if they get into a drunken bar brawl every month, I'm going to say, yeah, they're probably a fucking bad person. So, given that we don't have too much context on those characters, it can be assumed that while what they did was not good, we don't really know whether or not they were good people, and thus, innocent until assumed guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. God, why did I say that? Innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. That was overcompensating, let's say. Like, that is definitely, like, an issue. Like, okay, if you got, like, problems with your parents, like, on that front, just talk with them. Don't steal their money and run away. Just talk with them.
Yeah.
Like, perhaps go for the more rational solution. And maybe if their response is to leave a fucking burning cross in the front yard and get on their fucking neo-Nazi gear and start goose-stepping through the house, then maybe you can leave, but... like, don't jump to the most radical solution possible immediately when you are not operating on a full, like, understanding.
Yeah.
Anyways, fuck. Addy, you were playing Edith Finch.
Yes, so basically my summary of the game is an okay story with good gameplay at parts, and that's about it. It's not anything great. It's I don't know. I just didn't find it particularly interesting overall. Like some of the stories are uh things that I would point out as interesting, but the overall story in the grand scheme of things isn't. They don't lead up to anything.
Yeah, I understand what you're getting to here. It's
And
part
the
of the
game,
problem with
yeah,
walking simulators is that they try to go with such experimental stories, which, experiments are
Yeah.
experiments.
yeah. Then, uh, let's see. All right. Well, Uncharted 2. Yes, I enjoyed it somewhat, somewhat
Alright.
more because they actually freaking put in a stat mechanic this time around and didn't just pepper you with enemies.
Well, I always think of when Uncharted 2 gets brought up is way back when Roger Ebert was saying video games can't be art. Fucking Samoa Joe on his Twitter challenging Roger Ebert to play Uncharted 2 and saying that proved it wrong.
Oh my fucking Uncharted. Really?
Boy,
Oh, that is such a deliciously absurd thing.
boy. Right. Yeah.
Samoa Joe
that-
destroys Roger Ebert. How could we have expected this? This established film critic who's like, fuck, oh god. But don't worry, this popcorn fucking action game has proven that video games can be art. It's not even particularly good at being an action game.
Nope.
Senior Joe, the numbers don't lie.
And they spell Uncharted 2,
Oh no.
but elite speech.
I-
Anyway,
Elite speech you. How'd that work? Oh god. Right, so Uncharted 2. Better than Uncharted 1.
Yep.
yes. The gunplay is gunplay is mostly the same, to be honest. But at least there are actually weapons that are middle of the ground and not freaking one-hit kills or pea shooters. And they just improved on most things in the game. Like the parkour feels better. They cleaned it up a bit, so Nathan can actually grab things that are in his hand's reach instead of having to jump and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they actually have stealth now, so that's fun.
Wait, they didn't have stealth in the first one?
No,
You literally
At all.
can't play the later games without being stealth like half the time.
the first one had no stealth, dude. The first one just had gunfight, walk for half a minute, gunfight, and that was the gameplay loop.
Right. That's terrible. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is. Right. Then, let's see. Well, I did get back into Blaze Blue, gave it another chance.
Why have I been feeling the urge to do that as well?
I don't know.
Blaze Blue is a really bad fighting game, guys.
Okay.
If you
I've
ever
heard
heard
of it before.
if you ever heard of Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue is like its red-headed stepbrother.
Blaze Blue is Tesco
I know
Guilty
what
Gear.
Blaze Blue is. They had every single Blaze Blue new release at my library. I never picked it up, but I know what it is.
It's like if Guilty Gear started doing meth. Lots of meth. Just constant meth. And that meth was
I love
very
meth.
that meth was very anime shaped.
Yeah, yeah, it looks very anime.
Yeah, most of the character designs suck ass.
Yep. That Blaze Blue is by far the most anime fighting game.
Yeah,
No.
it looks like it. Is Blaze
Under
Blue
Night.
the one? Wait, which one is the one that did a bunch of crossovers?
Yeah, it is Blaze Blue.
Blaze Blue's
Blaze
only
Blue.
done one big crossover.
Well,
No,
yeah,
I mean like the one game with a bunch of crossovers.
Yeah, that is Blaze Blue. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But yeah, I feel like the most anime fighting game would either go to Under Night or Melty Blood
I've not looked into those games very much, admittedly.
or Sailor Moon.
I look
Freaking
at
Sailor Moon.
I look at characters like New 13, and I'm like, that is fucking anime as fuck. Like
Yes, but you can't get any more base anime than high school. Freaking shit. And both Melty Blood and Under Night are mostly high school shit, from what I can tell.
Well, you can't tell me Noel and Makoto aren't supposed to be fucking high school girls, despite Makoto's body proportions.
Makoto. Which was Makoto?
Squirrel girl.
Okay, I thought right. All right. Yeah, Makoto is actually a lieutenant. Like, actually grown as woman somehow.
Somehow, indeed, yes.
Yeah, she's also like the freaking leader of espionage.
Of course she is. Blaze Blue's fucking stupid.
Yep.
But it's fine that she wears the bright orange suit because she puts a black coat over it.
It's fine that she exposes her boobs constantly because the artist really want to see her boob. The artist really want to see her boobs.
Because she's embracing her femininity.
Yeah, soon, shut up.
She's embracing her squirrelness.
Fucking the moment Soon came onto the podcast, he was like, "All right, well, we're done talking about video games. It's time for politics."
I am just making fun of Smite because that's the excuse that they use for changing Mulan's design.
Oh Christ! All right, there we go. Soon's made his reference that no one else is getting.
I forgot to mention that to you guys.
Okay, that was... see, this whole time I thought you were just fucking deciding to take shots at feminism.
No. No, I was making fun of Smite because they were, like, changing a character design to make her more sexy so that they could sell to 13-year-olds. And they disguised it as feminism.
It, like, the Milan thing is just, like, possibly the worst thing Smite's ever done, in my mind. Not regarding gameplay, but, like, regarding anything except gameplay.
At the very least, today they confirmed that Baba Yaga will indeed be an old, ugly, disgusting hag. So
that's not gonna last.
Baba Yaga will have a stance where she is an old, disgusting, ugly hag. Her default costume will instead be a freaking supermodel.
Yeah, the old hag will just be ultimate.
Yeah,
I was about to say for her ultimate. Or they'll reveal a concept art for an old woman, Baba Yaga. Then they reveal the actual design, and it's a young woman.
Mm-hmm. And their defense will be, Baba Yaga is disguising herself via magic because, reasons.
Oh, but here's the thing.
Because
wouldn't she have to have freaking, like, duck feet?
What was that?
Wouldn't Baba Yaga have duck feet or something? Was that her house?
That's her house. Her house has chicken legs.
Oh, make that her ult. I want that.
Yes, that's definitely going to be her. Like, it has to be. That was a part of the Smite teaser. The house with chicken legs. I just want to, like, turn into a giant, like, mech with, like, the house and just walk around.
Oh, Mecha Chicken ult. Oh, yeah.
Mecha Chicken household.
Oh shit! It's like Thanatos' instant kill, where if someone's really low health, the Mecha Chicken just eats them.
I'm thinking of...
Isn't Baba Yaga gonna be stepping on Bakasura's toes, considering her whole thing is also cannibalism?
I mean, she's gonna be a mage version of Bakasura.
Oh, so she'll eat people from a distance instead of up close.
Yeah.
She'll, like, pull some, like, Xeno, what are the aliens from Aliens called?
Xenomorphs,
that's what I thought. She's gonna pull the Xenomorph with, like, the mouth thing. Her mouth is just gonna shoot out, snatch someone, and then, like, eat them from a distance.
Her mouth,
she opens up her mouth, and a second model pops out from it.
Yeah.
Wait, the outer shell is a young woman, and she shoots out an old woman that grabs you and pulls you in.
And if you're out of range, she can freaking extend her range with a buff ability. It makes it so another younger woman comes out of the old woman's throat.
Hey, it's stereotypical
She's-
to make this new Slavic god a Russian doll, isn't it?
Baba Yaga actually a Matryoshka all along.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh, they might actually make her like one of those Russian dolls.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe we actually came up with like an idea that fits that concept without even thinking of that concept.
I hate that I actually kind of like the idea of, like, if they're going to do the, oh, she's enchanted herself to look young and pretty, it would actually be neat if she fucking jumps out as an old woman and grabs people and eats them.
Yeah.
Like, especially if the young, pretty woman model gets fucked up and, like, her jaw stretches unreasonably large and it gets, like, really fucking weird looking.
Yeah.
Like,
When Baba Yaga comes out of her shell, they replace the normal Baba Yaga model with a freaking with Jormungandr's model, but retextured.
But like
bring me that uncanny valley shit.
Baba Yaga certainly wouldn't be the only time that they've had like a hag character who's supposed to be really ugly and then turned her into a beautiful woman. Like, I mean, there's evil hell, Scordia. There's shoot, what's the other one I'm thinking of?
Izanami.
Oh, Izanami.
Isn't Terra supposed to just be a fucking rock?
Terra?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a titan.
Logically speaking, she should be larger than everybody else, but I guess we're gonna ignore that too.
Yep.
You can't have any of the girls be any larger than the men, or else the men will be intimidated and the character won't be sexy anymore, I guess.
They could have made her as big as Jormungandr. and had her be...
Oh,
They need
Can you
to-
imagine that? 50-foot tall woman.
Is she-
The 50-foot woman movie.
she can fucking suplex Jormungandr.
And then But then you would have everybody trying to look up her skirt.
She doesn't have one, does she? I thought she just wore
She
Speedo.
does have a skirt. She
Oh,
has a skirt.
why?
She has one of those battle skirts.
Oh, that's stupid.
It's
But
an
they're made
open.
of flower petals or
Just
It's
give
an
her
open
pants.
zone.
Just give her pants. Fuck.
It's an open zone. She's Greek or something, I guess.
No, if you want the pants, you have to buy the WWE wrestler skin. Okay, I actually have to like complain about one thing about a bunch of these female designs. So they released like the supermodel one, right?
Oh, I got
And then they released the character design that should have been the base model as
Bless you.
a
Thank you.
skin that you have to buy. They're going to do that with Mulan too. The one that they advertised, they're now releasing it as a tier 2 skin, so you have to use gems to buy it.
I mean, that makes sense. It's smart. It's the same thing fucking League and Dota do, is like...
But the problem was that skin was literally going to be the base skin, and they changed it. So that you have to pay for it now, and then they replaced it with first skin as the default.
Well, the problem is that the new design is shit. Smite continuing to run the same business model it's always run is not the problem here. The problem is that the new design is shit.
Yeah. Also, Merlin. They did that with Merlin. They, like, had the base model be some weird, young supermodel dude. And then the design that should have been his base skin, it cost, like, 500 gems.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
How big is Smite in China?
I mean, considering, like, Dota, like, runs China, not super.
Because, like, China and Japan and Korea are all much bigger on young and sexy than America.
That's true, yeah.
Because I have to question the international market here. Like, fully
like-
aware that Western games are not popular in the East unless they're made by Blizzard. But
I feel like Smite is more liked
I mean,
over the West, for sure.
my follow-up question to that would be, wouldn't Smite have an advantage in foreign markets because it's on console and The East
I would
likes
assume
console
that-
better than PC.
Yeah, I would assume they would have the advantage also because they have like pantheon gods from those countries,
Well,
which is like the best kind of marketing you can have.
admittedly, League and Dota both have plenty of
Yeah.
characters who are clearly Japanese and Chinese inspired.
Yeah, like Sun Wukong. They basically have Sun Wukong. One of them does.
Sun Wukong is in every MOBA.
Oh yeah, he is. That's
I
right.
shit you not. It is a requirement for a MOBA to have Sun Wukong in there. I have no fucking clue why.
Because Sun Wukong is the original shonen protagonist.
In Dota, he's called Monkey King, but in League, he
Yeah.
is actually just called Sun Wukong. So League is supposed to be a fictional fantasy universe. Why is the fucking Chinese god here?
Sun Wukong is even in. He's even in Tabs.
Yeah, that is true, but but Tabs is, for one thing, a strategy game. For another thing, tries to base itself off a variety of real life units. So bringing in a real life god isn't that much of a shocker.
Yeah.
You
I
know
didn't
what?
know. I didn't know Sun Wukong was like big in China. And, like, yeah.
Well, he was from Journey to the
I mean-
West, which is one of the original like big fiction stories.
That's true. Yeah.
It's also pretty good.
Oh, you know what's the weirdest thing?
What's that?
Dota 2's Sun Wukong is named Monkey King, but then they have one that's just Zeus. Like, why not just fucking call the Monkey King Sun Wukong if we're fine having the real-life gods there? Whatever, fuck it. Addy, did you play anything other than Edith Finch?
Yes. But I didn't get to speak about it.
Yeah, I'm
So,
trying
yeah.
to get back on topic here.
So I started on Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, right, that's on Game Pass now.
Yeah.
So, to my understanding, you're playing the inferior version of 15 because all the best content was in the DLCs.
Yep.
No, they gave out the Royal Edition is in Game Pass.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Oh shit, I need
Holy
to
mother
download
of
that
fucking
then.
balls.
I need to actually download that.
Do you still have to ride the car everywhere though?
Oh, well, there are chocobos.
I know there's chocobos, but like the car is the worst thing in that game.
Doesn't the car eventually get a jet engine so you can fly?
How? You literally just ride on the road. You don't control it.
Well, here's the thing. They have
I-
fast travel.
I have seen a Let's Play where they had the car switch to flight mode. It had wings
And
come
you-
out in a jet engine.
And you
And-
can control it in flight mode?
They
Like, you can
controlled
actually
it.
control
I can
it?
tell you
Oh
they
my
controlled
God.
it because they immediately crashed it into a tree, exploded, and died.
That has to be a part of the DLC. There's no way that's in.
Did you finish the game?
I mean, no.
Then it
But-
might have been an in-game thing.
But that was never mentioned in any of the reviews I saw when I first got into it. It was just never mentioned. The biggest complaint I heard was that it was stupid. So I'm fairly certain that's a part of the DLC.
All right.
But yeah, so
Oh, hey, Youngblood is a part of Game Pass. Woo.
You pick the weirdest things to get salt about, I swear.
so Final Fantasy 15. So here are my my short thoughts on it. Pretty fun game so far. Not a Final Fantasy game. And here's the thing, I like the game. I actually enjoy it more than normal Final Fantasy, but it's not a Final Fantasy game.
Final Fantasy is a series that has changed itself so much.
I don't know. Final Fantasy to me is still the turn-based RPG that I didn't like very much, or 12, which was the worst implementation of freaking real-time battles that I have ever seen. But was it 12 or whatever? One of the freaking PS2 ones. There you go. I don't freaking remember which number it was. With Final Fantasy 15, there are two Final Fantasy games that I have tried and liked so far. One of them is 8, and one of them is 18 or 15. Both of which are probably hated by the actual Final Fantasy fans.
8's not thought of fondly, I can tell you that. 15, people love 15.
For some weird reason.
I mean, I think the reason's pretty obvious. people were interested in the idea of a, smaller scale, out with the bros type story in Final Fantasy, which is ordinarily about killing God.
Yeah.
To my understanding, it's also supposed to have one of the best Final Fantasy villains yet.
I don't know. I actually haven't reached the villain yet.
Right. No, I've
Yeah,
seen who the villain is, and it is a bit of a surprise one.
The villain doesn't appear for a very long time. Like, I played 20 hours of that game, and I don't think I ever. Well, I mean, the villain did appear, but I don't know.
The villain was not this all along.
I think I stopped right after they. Where did I stop?
I know the game gets pretty crazy in the late game with crazy stuff of fighting gods and Dragon Ball guys in the air,
Yeah.
and also fishing.
I hate fishing. I don't like it in real life. I don't like it in video games.
Why do Japanese video games specifically love fishing?
I don't know.
There have been American games that have had fishing too. It's just
I know, but Japanese games seem to require Japanese RPGs specifically seem to require that you have to have a fishing minigame in every single game.
Right, because you can get
Guess what
fish.
Fire Emblem has?
Huh?
Guess what Fire Emblem has?
Fishing.
It does?
Well, my
Pretty
follow-up.
sure even Nino Kuni had fucking fishing.
Oh, good. That's the one thing we can get soon to know more Japanese stuff than us is RPGs, because I don't know what the fuck Ni no Kuni is.
I do.
Fishing, it makes sense to me in RPGs because the fish can have different status effects.
Yeah. Dubs. Nino Kuni is the Studio Ghibli game that's not. Is it? I don't think it's made by Studio Ghibli, but it looks like it's made by Studio.
So it looks like garbage.
It was really, really loved. It was supposed to be one of the best games ever made or something.
I think you could put anything in the Studio Ghibli art style and you'd have a fan base.
Yeah.
I think they're actually. I think there's a Nino Kuni movie made by Studio Ghibli coming out soon.
That's weird. I thought Studio Ghibli hated violence. I thought Studio Ghibli was very vocally anti-violence. Actually, that was the entire point of Grave of the Fireflies.
Was this made by Studio Ghibli?
I don't think it was. They don't seem like the types to do video game tie-ins either.
Okay, no, his studio did team up with the developer Level 5. And so they did the design of Nino.
Oh, weird.
Also, Nino Kuni isn't super violent. I feel like it actually has a bunch of that, Undertale love bullshit going on.
Oh, yeah, love. What bullshit.
So I'd hate it, is what you're saying.
I love the two different responses we had. Addy was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, yeah, love. What bullshit love is, right?
That's what Addy was saying.
I'll say Undertale had a very stupid way of handling pacifism.
Yes, that's a part of what I disliked about how it handled the freaking topic.
Having a game where you can handle solutions in a pacifist way is cool, but having a game where it's like, if you kill people in video games, you're a bad person is like, what?
Yeah, that I agree with, because I can see why people would want to do pacifist runs in freaking stealth games and shit like that, where you can not kill people.
I mean,
But
even pacifist runs are super interesting in games like Fallout.
Yeah, or that. There are good takes on this, but Undertale wasn't one of them.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't the pacifist run of Undertale still very combat heavy?
Yes, you just instead of actually hitting the people, you just loved them. That was your turn. You just loved them.
You make love to them?
You take your pants off.
No, you freaking you compliment them, you hug them and shit like that. And I'm a person that hates
You
hugs,
molest
so
them, yes.
yeah, basically.
You sexually assault them until they give up and appreciate you. Wait, huh? I thought this game was about teaching us moral lessons.
I'm pretty sure that's what you do with the freaking ghost.
Oh
That's the
no.
hook.
Oh no.
Did I start you guys on Undertale talk?
Yes.
Oh,
Kind of.
Regrettably.
Admittedly, there are entire channels that are devoted to talking about Undertale, so I don't think we're really adding anything here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
There are a few games that are so genuinely cultural phenomenons as Undertale. It's weird. What were we even talking about?
Final Fantasy 15.
Right!
So yes, Noctis Lucis Calum exists. He's
I hear he loves fishing.
yes, that is genuinely the one character trait that he gets from a gameplay perspective.
That's what I hear everybody loves about Noctis, is that for some reason, even though he's this anime edgelord, he fucking loves fishing. He even gets on a stupid trucker cap and bubble vest every time he goes fishing.
The thing is, he's not even that much of an edgelord. Like during the main story, yes, but like if you pay attention to the in-game speeches when they just shoot the shit while they drive, or when you do like side missions and stuff like that, Noctis has other characteristics that make him an actual person, and it's not just oh my pain and suffering and oh I want to kill everyone.
What you were describing to me is Cloud.
Possibly. I don't doubt that. Having played Final Fantasy 15 made me interested in Final Fantasy 7 remake though, because you know if they replace the freaking turn-based gameplay that I didn't like with this one, I might be interested.
I'm interested just for the cross-dressing scene.
I'm interested just because of the you like it scene. There's so many best scenes in that game, I swear.
Like half that game's gonna have to be fucking redacted.
Yeah.
Like, well, there's all kinds of ones we can joke about. Like, but there's two that are like genuinely they can't put this in the new game. The fucking scene where it's implied he gets raped by the big bodybuilders.
Yeah, I think that's the one I was talking about.
And the scene where he beats the shit out of Aerith. That one is concerning even for the late 90s. That one is like, what were the devs thinking? Like, back in the late 90s, gay rape jokes were all the rage, but domestic abuse, I think that was wrong even back then.
Yeah, I think that's more a 70s joke.
I think that's more of a 60s joke. Oh, no, wait, cheers. Cheers. Oh, man.
Right, anyway. So yeah, Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, so Noctis exists. He has some characteristics, not a lot. It's mostly like I've played the first 2 chapters or 3, I think, and most of it has just been here's Noctis, his dad died, and that's it. So
his dad was Sean Bean, and Sean Bean dies in everything. Even in video games, Sean Bean gets fucking killed.
Sean Bean is in a video game?
Sean Bean voices Noctis' dad in the Final Fantasy 15 movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that he was like the narrator in that weird Russian horror walking simulator thing.
Right, I heard that was really good.
Yeah.
What was its name? Kolek?
It starts with an S or X, doesn't it?
It might. Can I just point out that all you need for horror is a walk through the Russian wilderness?
Kolot.
Kolot, yes, Kolot. Anyways, Addy, back to the FF15.
yeah, the side characters are well, one of them I like a lot. The other 2 are just anime archetypes.
Yep.
Basically, because we have Ignis, the smart dude token.
Mm-hmm.
Also the chef.
Yep.
Also pretty good at fighting, stuff like that. Then we have big man archetype.
Yep, Beefcake.
Yeah, Gladius.
And and then you have the Ryuji.
Yeah, I was about to call him Ryuji from Persona 5. He's the worst. I hate him. Like the only thing I like about him is that he's a photographer, and that's it. Other than that, he sucks.
And then you have Nox, who actually has no character.
Nox hasn't joined my or Nock or whatever the general guy.
Nox, yeah.
Yeah, him. Well, he just
His
exists.
His name is literally Latin for night. Like, how edgy can you get?
And then there's Mechanic Boob Woman.
Yeah,
She's
she's
not companion.
she's not.
She's just
she-
a side character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she fixes up your car.
Mm-hmm.
And you stare down her cleavage while she does it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Stay classy.
yes, but also Ryuji freaking gave me a close-up shot of her boobs once.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Okay. Moving on.
That character is literally just Ryuji.
Even Ryuji wasn't that like.
Japanese Ryuji probably was. Let's be real.
Yeah, probably. Probably was
Yeah.
a translation fix. But Ryuji was like compared to Junpei and Yosuke, both of whom were obnoxiously perverted. Ryuji has like one pervert scene in the entirety of Persona 5.
That's true.
And even then, like, it's the scene where he's trying to hire a hooker, and even then it feels more like teenage hijinks than just Ryuji being a perv, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah. There's, like, I really like the atmosphere. There, a way that I have started determining whether I like a game's first look or not is just to see if I feel the need to actually just walk in the world. Because I'm gonna mute soon now.
Sorry.
FF15 is definitely a great looking game. It might still be one of the best looking games of this console generation.
It looks freaking realistic.
Yes.
Despite the hair.
Yeah. Well, all the people are like, you know, young, pretty Japanese people, but they don't look anime, which is weird.
Yeah. I like this art style, because the thing is, like, it's sort of anime-ish, but it's also very realistic, and it's not just anime. Like, it enhances it, in my opinion.
I haven't seen a chocobo in that art style, but I really want to.
It looks alright.
Oh, man, chocobo is one of the models that I think you gotta pimp out.
I mean,
I
it's
don't like
really,
Chocobo.
it's really fluffy. The chocobos are really fluffy.
Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Fluffy chocobos are the best chocobos. Chocobos are one of my favorite things about Final Fantasy.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. I like the chocobo that was in freaking Assassin's Creed Origins.
They're really cool.
Like, I like that. I don't mind these chocobos, but overall, I just, like, I get them. I think they're cute somewhat. And then there's freaking, like, I just don't get the freaking fandom behind them and just them.
Those chocobos look fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They look really.
I
good
feel like
while
they
you're
should be a
riding
bit
around
more
on them.
fluffy, though.
Addy still has me muted, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I think
I
he has
can-
me
I just want
yes.
chocobo.
The answer
Yes,
is
he has
yes,
me muted.
soon. Addy does still have you muted.
I'm done eating. I'm not making any
Should I unmute him now?
Yeah.
But yeah, chocobos look like fucking gorgeous while you're riding around on them because like their like feathers are flapping in the wind. It's super. Only part of the game that's anything remotely good.
Are there Moogles?
What?
Are there Moogles?
The little cat things.
No, the little, well, I wouldn't call them cats. They, like, got the big red noses and the little imp wings, and they have the antennas.
The weird cat demon things.
I wouldn't call them demons. I wouldn't really call them cats. Right, well...
How do you spell that?
Moogle.
Moogle.
They're in every Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, they are there, I think. Wait, yeah.
I love Moogles.
Wait, are they?
I love that the only thing tying the Final Fantasy universe together is there are big rideable birds, there are these weird little imp shopkeepers, also at some point you will fight a jackass named Gilgamesh.
They might not like be in the world. There might just be stuffed animals and stuff.
Oh,
But yeah, so far I've enjoyed my time because like once again the atmosphere, just being able to walk and enjoy that is something that
Yeah,
some
they're
some
just
games
stuffed
don't
animals.
achieve.
I-
And then
I
Yeah.
do have a question to ask. Have you gotten to any real boss fights yet?
technically yes, but I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, there's an early boss fight that like you don't really fight.
I've seen footage of some of the boss fights in 15, and they get pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, I beat the first boss without teleporting because my RB is broken. And
Oh,
then I plugged in my PS4 controller.
there's a fight you're gonna have a problem with if you continue to not use RB.
Mm.
I
But
can
the-
immediately think of one.
So yeah, I actually like the driving. Like, okay, let's cut this in two. So there's driving as in driving as Noctis, and there's driving as in being in the car while Ignis drives.
I'm gonna walk out for this part because I liked Red Dead 2, and so my opinion on this is already known, and you gotta defend this to soon, not me. I'm gonna go grab a snack.
So driving as Noctis success. Driving as Noctis is very freaking what you call it? It doesn't feel good. It's very restrictive. That's the word.
Yeah,
Driving-
it's
Yeah?
super restrictive.
Yeah. And being a passenger while Ignis drives, I actually kind of enjoy because I feel like the small talk that they do while on the road builds the world better.
Yeah, it's yeah. I would rather be able to drive my car while they're giving that bullshit spewing. Like, you know, how it works in, like, every other game that has fucking driving.
Well, yeah, but you know, since you have to choose, I'll say a lot that I enjoy this one as well.
Mm. Pink, what's your opinion on not driving / driving?
I don't know if I could say because I don't think I've ever had an experience with something where I'm not driving but driving.
Mm.
It's like, I probably want that control, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy having the freedom to drive into a tree and die.
Yeah, in Final Fantasy, you're just like on a railroad, and the only thing you can control is if you go like forward or backward. I think.
Oh,
No, you can choose which way to go if there's a fork in the road, but not otherwise.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
that's
yeah,
true.
that doesn't sound like something I'd enjoy very much.
Yeah, basically.
because
it's
at
a
that
railroad.
point, why am I driving at all? Just teleport me to the next.
and it
area.
also takes like 15 minutes to complete the drive.
yeah,
I'm not sure if
That-
if it
that's
was
not
added
good.
after. I'm not sure if it was added after, but if you choose or objective or something like that, while Ignis drives, you can just choose to have him fast travel to you there. So
I don't remember that being a thing. I had to drive it. Like, I had to sit down on my ass and watch them drive the whole fucking way. 15 minutes. While listening to Near Automata music.
yeah, now
On loop.
Ignis just takes your money and just teleports you there if you don't want to drive.
Okay, maybe that was a change, or maybe I misremembered. But yeah.
So yeah, the music in the car is not good. Yeah.
The only channel that I played was the Near Automata channel. Because that song is actually pretty good, I think.
I just freaking channel flip until I find something that lasts until the end of the trip. Because thankfully most of the trips aren't 15 minutes plus yet.
Yeah.
But like I had this freaking remix of the Chocobo music on for like most of the freaking game because none of the freaking like there's the in-game music, but then why would I want to listen to the in-game music when I can listen to it in the game? as it
Yeah.
was intended.
Weight
Why
of
would
the
I want-
World. Weight of the World is the one that I was thinking of.
And then why would I want to freaking listen to the DLC music when I will probably do the DLC as well.
They've also got the classical Final Fantasy themes.
I don't like chip music. Well, I don't like most chip music.
Yeah. Like I said, Weight of the World is the only one that's like an actual song to listen to. And so I would just play that one song on loop for the entire 15-minute drive of doing nothing but sitting on my hands.
Thankfully, I have the option of just turning off the freaking in-game music and then putting on Spotify because I listen to both the
Yeah.
PS4 and my PC through the same headphones. So,
Yeah.
I'm back.
all right.
So Addy agreed that the driving sucks.
Okay. So, I just want to mention, the snack I just had was cheddar and horseradish kettle chips.
Okay. And
That is one of the strangest things I've ever eaten.
It was
And-
missing a horse.
Oh god, is
You
Soon a
have left-
horseradish fan?
what?
Is Soon a horseradish fan?
No. I was just gonna say that you've eaten very little exotic food then, if that's the strangest thing you've eaten.
That is absolutely true, but unlike you, I've never been outside the States.
Yeah.
I've never even had curry once in my life.
Curry is great. I love curry.
Curry's just not a thing in the States.
I can't do cilantro though. I'm one of those people that has a genetic thing where cilantro just tastes like soap to me.
Huh, I don't
It's
know.
a really weird thing. Like some people just genetically, when they eat cilantro, it tastes like soap. Like that's not, it tastes bad. No, it tastes like soap.
Isn't broccoli tasting like fart a genetic thing as well?
Probably, yeah.
There's definitely another weird...
There's also another genetic thing about like pickles and cucumbers.
is there one about celery?
Maybe.
I can't fucking do celery for the life of me.
I just don't do celery because of the texture.
I can understand that. It's weird biting down on something hard and crunchy, but then it's water.
Yeah. Because like I'm a big texture person.
Yeah, I can understand that. At this point, I'm just not a very picky eater myself.
Yeah. I'm just a very touch sensitive person. So like eating, I tend to like favor things with like the texture that I like over taste.
Huh. Is it a universal thing to get less picky of an eater as you get older? Is it?
Yes.
Okay, because I remember talking to Mike back in the day, and Mike was the opposite direction. Mike got pickier as he got older.
I mean, your taste buds change, so.
Yeah,
But
I guess.
usually they change so that like you become less able to taste things. So you do become less picky because you can't taste.
The shit thing is that vegetables taste the worst to you when you're a kid, which is when it's most important to eat them.
Yep.
Like, I can eat broccoli just fine now. I wish I would have been able to say that at 3. Else I wouldn't be here. I'd be a bodybuilder, fucking crazy actor in the next big Hollywood movie.
Sure you would.
I'd be Big Mr. Sexy. Well, I mean, I'm already Big Mr. Sexy, but I'd be Big Mr. Sexy on the big screen instead of the small screen.
You're being Mr. Sexy on the phone screen, dude.
Exactly. Oh no, that's dangerous territory right there, though.
Ted Cruz in my little Discord profile picture is Mr. Big Sexy.
Ted Cruz and the word sexy should not belong within the same, like, hour.
Look at that hat, though.
He can't pull off the hat as well as Macho Man, and we both know that.
And the Hello Kitty cigarettes.
Is that a cigarette? I thought it was a blunt.
Nope, that's a cigarette. That's a Hello Kitty cigarette.
Okay, for the longest time, I thought you had a pot-smoking Ted Cruz as your avatar.
Wearing a pink cowboy hat.
I mean, you can't act like that doesn't fit the rest of the image anyways.
Okay, that's fair.
You have no idea how many times I've been tempted to change my fucking avatar to Tekken 7 featuring Kermit with 2 samurai swords smoking a blunt.
Okay. Alright. What else did you do, Addy? To get us back on topic.
Yeah. So let's see. Well, yeah. But most of my week went to one game, which I imported from Japan because it's the only place where it's sold, and it's Sengoku Basara for Sumeragi.
Oh, is that from that VR thing? The VR world thing?
VR chat, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I better throw in a timestamp just so we can have that one. Yeah, so that will always be one of my favorite images on the internet. I don't care what anyone says.
One of mine is my favorite just because of the context, because it's just Thomas the Tank Engine, but Harada was like, "Oh no, the secret's out!" in response.
Yeah, Harada is pretty good. Yes,
Yeah.
Harada has adapted very well to American culture for a Japanese dev.
Yeah, he has. Weirdly, the American guy he works with didn't somehow though.
It's because Harada absorbed his power.
Yeah.
Harada absorbed his Americanness.
He sucked the American out of Michael Murray. Anyway,
I'm imagining him like doing the hider and super on him.
I imagine him doing Shang Tsung shit.
Yeah, the fucking Shang Tsung grab.
Yes, but instead of green, it's the American flag.
The fucking shot from the Mortal Kombat movie was just Harada pointing down at Murray saying, "Your America is mine!"
Yeah.
Alright. Sengoku Basara.
Yes, Sengoku Basara. So I've played through 10 characters of the 40.
Alright, wait, context? Context is Sengoku Basara is Capcom's equivalent of Dynasty Warriors. It takes place within Japanese history instead of Chinese history, and it is a lot better than Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Unfortunately, Capcom has yet to bring it to the West.
Oh,
well,
I actually would want to play that because
they've done so twice.
I find Dynasty Warriors pretty interesting.
Well,
if this is a better version of Dynasty Warriors, then...
Well, Dynasty Warriors' problem is that it's formulaic as fuck.
Yeah, that's the reason I haven't bought into it.
Like, every character is like a slight variation on the others.
And also just the controls feel janky in my opinion. Like, I was playing Dynasty Warriors 8, and it just, like, looking at it, I can just feel how turning isn't smooth.
Oh, yeah.
And shit like that. And that's bad.
Yep. Which, I did get to play a little bit of Sengoku Basara through SharePlay, and Sengoku Basara does definitely fix all those issues. It controls a lot smoother, and the characters are all very different. Very, very different.
Right.
Yeah, so... by the way, soon, they have released some Sengoku Basara games in the West, but only the first and third game. The first game was for the PS2 and also localized shittily. The third game wasn't advertised, it was only on the PS3. So, those are your options.
I mean, I have a PlayStation 3, so...
Then go for it.
Right.
But yeah.
It's not, like, super expensive to get. Is it like, one of those collector's items?
I don't think so, no. I mean, I'll look it up. Give me a sec.
Usually Japanese imports that are hard to find are fairly pricey.
Like, oh, no, I mean the English version. There's an English version.
Well, yeah. Okay.
There have been
Basara
more
3.
games, they just haven't been localized.
Yeah.
You said Sengoku Basara 3?
Yes.
Yes, I'm looking it up. It's $30.
Okay, that's not terrible.
You should probably
And
look up footage first just to be sure.
Yeah. It's pretty anime, so you might want to check it out. But
If I do get it, I'm not getting it for months because I don't have my PlayStation 3.
No,
for a
absolutely
few
not.
months.
there you
But
go.
you-
There's a link for you. So it's $30 new,
Oh,
which is surprising.
that is surprising. Soon you will be graduating this May, right?
Yep, unless I fail Ancient Greek.
All right. That's going to be weird, soon not being in Boston anymore.
No, I'll stay. I'll either stay in Boston or I'll be in New York,
Oh, okay.
like New York City.
But yeah. So Sengoku Basara for Sumeragi is that my experience with the series so far has been the first game and the last game that they've released so far, which was Yukimura Sanada Yukimura Den, which was a spin-off, and also not as good as the mainline games. Which is why there hasn't been a game since then, probably.
Because they made the characters all way too strong.
Not just that, but they took out major parts of the gameplay that were fun. Like, having a story focused on one of the characters wasn't a bad move, in my opinion. Not having a conquest mode was.
Well,
Because,
here's the problem. They chose the most boring character to focus on.
well, yeah, that as well. Yukimura is one of the one of the first characters that aren't just freaking female exploitation.
My understanding was that there was only one character that's really bad fan service in Sengoku. God.
There's only like one or two. Like there's Kagura, and then depending on how much you dislike women's legs, you may see like one more.
We're at the point where showing off the legs isn't really strippery anymore.
Yeah, true. But like there's Magoichi Saika, which I've discussed before with you, who was male in real life, but they actually have a lore explanation where the real Magoichi Saika saved her, and she just took out the mantle to honor him because he died, saving her. And she's a freaking badass. She's this game's Viken.
Ha!
She has a shotgun. Multiple pistols, and also a machine gun, and also a bazooka. Freaking, she rocks.
That is dumb, and I love it. I'd like to see somebody do that with Western history. Like, well, shit, there aren't enough warrior women in the fucking Revolutionary War. So, turns out, you see, Alexander Hamilton died saving a woman, so she is now Alexander Hamilton.
I mean, I feel like it's easier to pass off with Japanese stuff because sometimes names need to turn into mantles. Like, I think it's like the Taiko Drum Company, one of the like smaller families that make them, where the head position is actually one of the names of the founders of that family business.
Yeah, you're kind of right. It also helps that the Sengoku era was 500 years ago instead of 300 years ago.
Yeah. So, yeah, the characters, well, they are varied. Very much so. Freaking playing a ranged character is weird as hell at first, but you get used to it with some of them. Like, it's weird because characters who don't have, like... Okay, three examples. You have the basic Sengoku Basara characters like Masamune or Yukimura who have their own unique stuff, but they're mostly just big combo. Then you have freaking Oda Nobunaga, who is just Dante. He is Dante.
Okay, you didn't need to sell me any harder on Nobunaga, but you did anyways.
So here's the thing: Oda Nobunaga doesn't have a heart punch. Oda Nobunaga has a gun button.
Ah, yes. The gun button is my favorite button.
And the thing is, later on, if you level him up, you unlock stand mode, which actually gives you a hard punch instead of a gun button. But still, like, Oda Nobunaga can either be a normal character or Dante.
The thing is, you're describing Devil May Cry 4 Nero more than Dante.
Possibly.
Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah. And then you have people like Magoichi Saika, who is just a ranged character. She doesn't have any freaking close range attacks, aside from maybe pistol or shotgun. Shotgun is the closest range attack she has, but it's a freaking shotgun.
I appreciate ranged characters whose melee moves are still ranged moves.
Yeah. There's other ranged character that I don't know the name of because I haven't I wasn't able to memorize all of the newcomers that have come since the first game. And so I say that I actually don't know one of the characters who's in this game that was in the first game, aside from the localized name. But yeah, she's a bit more weird. Like Magoshi Saika, ranged character, but has close range capabilities. She doesn't. Her close range attacks are her ultimate, and that's it.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah, like she uses a bow, so she doesn't shoot as far as Saika does. So I guess she's a more close range attacker, but like she doesn't really have any close range attacks.
Oh,
I think if you charge her one of her shots, she picks up the bow and then hits people with it, but that's it.
all right.
But yeah, so we have that. Like the thing I like about Sengoku Basara is just how figuring out characters works because overall, if you were just to bash your freaking schooling with the controller, most characters would do mostly the same shit. But it's like, well, Masamune does an attack that turns into a range attack if you hold the attack button for in a freaking string. A different character like Zon, who is the character that I don't know the real name of. He has a large freaking anime dick sword, but he has a samurai showdown stance, like the one where they raise the blade next to their head when you charge, stuff like that. And it's just like how most characters share the inputs, but still they have such different tools.
Yeah.
And then we get to the difficulty levels. The difficulty levels go from normal to heaven,
Okay.
and there's five of them.
Well, it's good to have variety.
Yeah. So normal difficulty is what you'd expect. Paper mache people, they don't do a lot of damage. You do a lot of damage to them.
Yeah.
And then on heaven difficulty, because I played through most difficulties. Most of the difficulties are well what you'd expect. Heaven difficulty isn't really, because heaven difficulty tables the turns.
Oh.
Freaking- It's hell or hell basically.
Okay,
like
so now everybody has tons of health and you die in one hit?
Yes. Well, not one hit. Not depends, because leveling up, levels are a part of this game. Leveling up does give you more health, but some of the bosses, they just have strings and just attack patterns where they might as well just hit you once.
Heh.
And it's like, yeah, you die. There's also like if you get bored of the gameplay, the game has I don't actually know what the official name is because it's all in Japanese and I can't read it, but I'll just call them cards. Where if you're bored of the gameplay and bored going through the motions and all that, you can just pop over. You can drop in 3 cards into any freaking level, and cards are shit like you start with a Muso gauge or Basara gauge in this game, but yeah, you start with a Basara gauge, or you get or you don't take knockback damage, or stuff like that. It can also be stuff like your character turns to level 1. You just don't have moves anymore
Oh.
because you need a bigger challenge, or it can be stuff. It can be stuff in the middle, which is the thing that I used the most. Was everybody does quadruple damage. Everybody. So because of that, you get stuff and level difficulty working together. You get shit like a random foot soldier hitting you twice, killing you.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it was actually fun. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, then you have to, like, actually do some really hard crowd control.
Yeah. Or just do auroras.
Yeah, that's true.
Freaking. I wanted to point out something. Oh, well, yeah, the level variety. So, you'd assume that most levels would just be going through battlefields and then killing people and that shit. This game has a freaking, like, threat section level that you can choose to do. This game also has a roller coaster level.
Okay.
And basically all levels have their own gimmicks that you need to figure out. And
Okay.
that's on top of the freaking roulette mechanic, which you can turn off if you don't like it. So there's that. But the roulette mechanic just makes the game so much more bonkers because the roulette mechanic can do bad things, it can do good things, or it can turn you into a gigantic crab mech that shoots lasers.
I remember that part of the Sengoku War.
Yeah.
When the samurai fought the giant crab. The giant enemy crab.
And then, like, as a closing thing, like, most characters have at least two routes that they can go. Some characters have three. They all tell slightly different stories, and the thing is, you can flow into them naturally. Well, sort of naturally. I've actually figured out the game tells you, like, okay, you can now go this route if you wish to do so. And there's just so, like, there are so many mechanics that put this game together to be really fun that I want to talk about because time, but, like, still, it has so many good things and one bad mechanic that isn't necessarily bad, it's just annoying sometimes. Because who doesn't like chance mechanics? Aside from the roulette, I mean. But thankfully, it's nothing big. It's just, well, it can decide whether, or it can decide what equipment you get after a level, or it can decide what stats you raise. But that's if you even enable it. So
Yeah.
So overall, pretty fun game, yeah.
All right. And anything else?
And I think that's it.
All right. On my end this week, I played Dark Souls 2. How long have I been playing Dark Souls 2 now?
A month.
A month. This fucking Dark Souls 2. See, when I started Dark Souls 2, I'd been told it was the easiest Souls game outside of Demon Souls itself. I figured, oh, this will be an easy run. I'll get through this game quickly and say I've beaten Dark Souls 2. And I bought the Scholar of the First Sin edition because it's the best version, right? That's what I always hear. It's the best version, and I want to get the best version of the game, right?
Right.
Yeah. Found out. Well, for one thing...
It's the best because it's the hardest?
It's the best because it's the fucking hardest. Because when Dark Souls 2 came out, people complained that it was too easy. So FromSoft was like, alright, fair enough. And they fucking released Scholar of the First Sin that, like, doubles or triples the amount of enemies in just about every fight. And adds a ton of extra things. There's things
You should have known. You should have known if Dark Souls fans thought it was the best version that it meant the hardest. You should have known.
I don't think the majority of Dark Souls fans have even completed Scholar of the First Sin. I think that there are probably a lot of Souls fans that started up Scholar of the First Sin and said, yeah, it's a lot harder than the first Dark Souls 2 attempt, I'm done. It's better, I'm done, I'm not playing this. There is a part near the end of the game where there is a bell that a zombie can ring, and if he smacks the bell and rings it, it'll summon 6 ghosts, and those ghosts will fuck your day up. They are fast, aggressive, and very, very strong. They hit really fucking hard.
Was Scholar of the First Sin not the remake of the first game that everybody hated?
No, it's the remaster for PS4 of Dark Souls 2.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
Because I thought Dark Souls 2 had a DLC that was the first game, and everybody hated that.
No, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. I don't immediately recall it. Dark Souls did have a remaster version that people complained about because it didn't add a whole lot. And it was a little bit buggy.
Well, yeah, I know I was in the beta for that, so I know about that one.
Dark Souls Remaster is still better than Dark Souls 1, though, because it did add some features. Including, bizarrely, 6-player multiplayer? I don't see how that's fucking balanced, but okay.
We should do that sometimes. Just freaking do freaking WoW raid bosses. Why not?
Yeah, that'll teach the fucking Dark Souls bosses to be so hard. Gang up on them. Yeah, you're tough against one person. Let's see how you do against 6, motherfucker. Imagine Ornstein and Smo. Now they're the ones who are outnumbered. They're the ones who are outnumbered now. Right, so Dark Souls 2 is really fucking rough. There's that part where the zombie rings the bell and summons the really fucking mean enemies. Now, in the original version of the Dark Souls 2, you killed the zombie, threat was over. It's done. Scholar of the Verse Sin, they figured, well, people probably played Dark Souls 2. They know all the tricks, so we gotta make it different so that they can come into this and still have a good time, even if they've previously played Dark Souls 2. So if you kill that zombie, there's another fucking zombie waiting in the wings who runs up to ring the bell instead. If you kill that zombie, a third zombie comes up out of the fucking ground to ring the bell.
I'm reminded of the freaking Junji Ito door scene.
But I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it's accurate.
You saw it. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, we open up the door and it's another door?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. There's a lot of debate regarding the Dark Souls 2 boss fights, because holy shit, there's a lot of them. Dark Souls 1 had 22 boss fights. Bloodborne had 19. You guys want to wager how many fucking boss fights Dark Souls 2 has?
56.
41.
So we were right in
the ballpark. You were in the ballpark. That is nearly double the amount of bosses there were in Dark Souls 1 and more than double the amount of bosses there were in Bloodborne. So yeah, some of them are stinkers. There are some shit ones here. There's one, Royal Rat Authority.
Which is just a giant dog.
It's a dog with smaller dogs.
What?
And they all deal poison damage.
What the hell does the rat think?
Because they're rat-dog hybrids.
Oh my gosh.
This reminds me of freaking of Japanese naming conventions, or well, the localizations of thereof.
The best part of that boss is its name.
Yeah.
Because like freaking, it reminded me of localizations because there's this standing JoJo called Bad Company. Only on the West it's actually called Worse Company.
Fuck, I nearly shot water out of my nose for that one. That's a copyright thing, though. That's the thing. Because all the JoJo stand names are copyrighted band names, so they had to change them for the Western version.
I don't know with some of them, because like they changed echoes for reverb and stuff like that, so you know.
No, I mean, Reverb is just a cooler name than Echo, honestly.
It is, but still.
Alright, so Dark Souls 2, people complain about it having dudes in armor. I'm not going to complain too hard, because it actually has some great boss fights as well. Because guess what's fucking rad in the Souls system, and it always has been? One-on-one duels. Like, what's the best boss fight in Bloodborne, soon?
I'm gonna guess you want me to say that.
No, say your honest answer.
I was guessing you were gonna want me to say Maria.
You didn't play against Maria, though. You didn't fight her.
The best boss fight? I mean, Gehrman.
Gehrman, yeah, absolutely. The best boss fight in Dark Souls 1 is Ornstein and Smo, so you're just fighting two dudes. And Dark Souls 2 is covered in good dual bosses. And there are some really nice, innovative boss designs in this game that I won't go into detail about.
Honestly, my favorite Souls enemy type is just the dude. Because like Neo had a lot of monsters and shit. The most challenging bosses were the people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because they also fit best usually with the Souls systems like parrying and countering and stamina.
Yeah.
Whereas monsters tend to act a little weird with those systems.
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls 1, the parry system might as well have not been there because you can only parry a fraction of the game's enemies. The thing I am very curious about with Dark Souls 2, though, is I have it on PC.
Okay.
What I want to do is, once I finish Dark Souls 2...
Randomizer mod.
Randomizer. Yes. And I want you guys to be there for it. At least...
Only if you install the JoJo Stance mod. It sucks ass.
That one's for Dark Souls 1.
Oh, that was for Dark Souls 1, I see.
Yeah. Dark Souls 1's kind of jank, so that it fits. Oh. I have spent an absurd amount of time on Dark Souls 2. In fact, it's really the only thing I did this week. I did reinstall Injustice 1 and Injustice 2 because of EVO. So, you guys know that EVO is like the big fighting game tournament, right?
Yep. Didn't Mortal Kombat 11 get screwed out?
Yes.
I've never heard of Evo.
For Marvel 2. Pink, you've heard of EVO, right?
Yes, I have.
That's the first thing Pink said in an hour. So, Mortal Kombat 11, this game that just came out last year, super relevant, got beat out by Marvel 2, a game that came out 20 years ago. And the conspiracy theories commenced. And there was a lot of talk of people saying, well, it fits because Netherrealm fighters suck and all that. And there is definitely a lot of elitism towards the Netherrealm fighters. I wanted to download Injustice 1 and Injustice 2. And I'm going to definitely put some time into MKX as well soon and MK11. Because I do want to, like... I want to, like, learn more about the Netherrealm games so I can form a serious opinion on them, whether or not they are properly quality fighting games. And I gotta say, Injustice 1 has aged pretty well. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty solid fighting game with some good creative stuff. There's some freedom here. You can do some stuff. Netherrealm was starting to get formulaic here, though, and you could tell. There definitely wasn't as much crazy freedom as there was in Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah.
And then Injustice 2. Ooh. Pink, how well do you think Injustice 2 has aged?
I mean,
The game's not even that old.
No, it's not.
Ooh.
I could have told you that Injustice 2 wasn't going to age well.
That is, I could have told me that it wasn't going to age well. I opened up Injustice 2 and I took one look at the fucking character customization. I got Nom flashbacks, man. Oh, shit. I dumped so much time into that game back in the day to try and collect all the fucking gold gear. And it was so pointless. It was so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
NetherRealm's problem is they keep slapping unnecessary shit on their fighting games. Just have a fucking fighting game be a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a relief playing Injustice 1 because I didn't need to worry about, oh, am I playing the version that has the right attached moves and items? No, I just picked a fucking costume and I went. But Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11, I got like, oh, well, the custom movesets. The custom movesets are the fucking worst. They're the drizzling shits. Like, custom movesets were so bad in Injustice 2. Like, it was really bad for any of the characters that weren't in Injustice 1, so they were designed around the custom movesets. So characters like Red Hood were positively fucking gimped when you had their base moveset. You remember that shit, Pink?
Mm-hmm.
You remember there was a custom moveset move that was adding a meter burn onto his dive forward, and that was a fucking necessity for every Red Hood combo ever.
Yep.
Oh, it was so bad.
I'm going through the freaking. Sorry for cutting in. I'm going through the logs of the Discord chat, and there's just random me saying, "Kay, what you doing?" And Pink just replies, "Drowning."
Oh. I don't want to know the context, honestly.
Neither do I.
Oh, and you know what's the fucking thing I didn't remember about Injustice 2?
Huh?
The screen shakes every time you hit your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I did too, but now going back and playing it, I can't play Injustice 2. That shit messes with my eyes. I can't tell what's going on. It's not like a massive shake, it's just a little bit shake, but it fucks with me and I can't get over it.
I never understood why everybody was so obsessed with Injustice 2. Like, I got Injustice 2, like everybody on the forums, I didn't understand.
Because at the time it was a Skinner box and we liked getting items. But, like, oh, and the balance was terrible. Injustice 2 is a
You don't have to say that again.
yeah. Injustice 2 is a lot slower than Injustice 1. I didn't remember that. Like, I never put much time into Flash in Injustice 1. I practiced with him for a little bit. Flash is stupid fast in Injustice 1. He can cover, with his dash alone allows him to cover the entire length of the screen in a second. In Injustice 2, the Flash feels sluggish.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let me repeat that. The Flash feels sluggish. The character who is fundamentally built on speed.
I do
The drug,
remember,
not the concept.
I do remember that, yeah.
It's no wonder that spamming projectiles was the most effective tactic in Injustice 2. People couldn't fucking get in.
To be
Yes,
fair, wasn't it the most effective tactic in Injustice 1 as well? Like, didn't someone in Injustice 1 win a tournament by spamming Superman's ice breath and laser eyes?
Yeah, that's probably the truth. Superman was really broken in Injustice 1.
Actually, no, I don't think he even did the freeze breath. I think he literally just sat in the and did laser eyes the whole time, and he literally won.
I don't know what tournament you're talking about. I don't know if it's a legit one or a shit one.
No, it was a legit one. It was a big controversy.
I will say,
Let me look it up.
the one time I did go online with Injustice 1, I ran into one Bane who was really cool and had crazy combos, and I really had fun playing against him. Then I played against a Superman player. Superman players are the drizzling shits. Like, okay, so Pink, you remember Superman's stupid move where he could jump in the air and then shoot lasers all over the screen?
Yeah.
Alright, imagine if that was like way faster, had almost no recovery or startup. And also jumping was a lot faster in general. So Superman can just cover the entire screen with lasers at all times.
Right.
And the really bad thing is that if Superman meter burns it, it pushes you to the edge of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing that fucking killed it. Oh god, that was so fucking... Injustice 1 was broken as shit. It really was. Yeah. Admittedly, that did function as the appeal to some characters. But, like, you remember how wildly imbalanced Injustice 2 was, Pink.
Oh, yeah.
Like, take that times 10. Joker was bad in Injustice 2. Joker in Injustice 1 was fucking useless. He was as shit tier as it got. Aquaman, Superman, they were both pretty good. In Injustice 1, Superman and Aquaman were fucking nuts. Like, it was always fun playing as Aquaman, because you just press buttons and win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my thing with Netherrealm is that, like, I used to like them a lot, and then now when I look at their modern games, I just see Adam, and I just see this shit, and I'm like, oh no, get that thing away from me.
Here's what they need to do. For one thing, they need to dump everyone in Injustice's new movesets. If they're going to make an Injustice 3, dump all the old movesets. With every new Mortal Kombat game, they dump the previous game's movesets. Everyone gets entirely new movesets. They need to do that for Injustice 3. Because there are some good movesets in Injustice 1. Most of these are pretty bad. They need to be dumped.
Yeah.
they
The
feel
only good part of Injustice 2 was freaking Arrow.
even Arrow was a little awkward.
Well, he was, but he was pretty easy to do jungle combos with, so at least there's that.
Yeah. There is hope that they will drop the movesets because Joker in Mortal Kombat 11 has an entirely new moveset. He didn't take any moves from Injustice. And Joker in MK11 is super good. He looks crazy. And guess what? Joker in Mortal Kombat 11, not a crazy fucking keep away character. He's all about crazy mix-ups. So that's a big bonus. And what they need to do with Injustice 3 is if Mortal Kombat 11 is their slow fighter that's all about footsies and poking each other, Injustice 3 needs to go in the opposite direction. Injustice 3 needs to get crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Not Marvel vs. Capcom crazy necessarily, but they need to introduce stuff like super jumps.
All Ox is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine how much that would beat Deadshot if you could just super jump?
Could you
Yeah.
imagine how much that would beat Deathshot if you could just teleport behind him or above him?
Well, they did add that. They added it as DLC named Black Manta.
Oh my gosh.
Boy.
That is actually a Netherrealm pattern. Every fucking game launches with one really, really strong projectile character, and then one of the first DLCs is a character who has a teleport that they can combo out of.
So fucking dumb.
Injustice 1 had Batgirl, Injustice 2 has Black Manta. Mortal Kombat X had Triborg. Triborg was really fucking strong with his teleports.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright. I
Alright.
guess that's my week. Alright. So, that was episode 113. Addy, say bye. We're gonna play Tabletop Simulator if you say bye. Just say bye. Say bye. Say it. Say it! Pink, do you think you'll have time for Tabletop Sim?
I think I'm gonna have to decline because
Ah,
I've
sure.
got work tonight, and I've got it earlier than I was expecting because I actually got a call during podcast.
Oh, fuck.
They were asking me to come in early, so yeah.
Ouch.
Oh, shit then. Alright. Addy?
Adieu.
Oh, bye. Later.